at the Kmart bus?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm 33. I'm about to be 34. I don't know how old you think
older than you?
Yeah, you're older than me.
Damn. That's
older,
crazy.
slower.
I thought you were older.
Hey, where's your car at right now? I got you right here. Which one of your customers are you driving?
I told ya. Nah, but keep going.
All right,
keep
I'm out
going.
this.
I know, right?
And cut.
I know, right?
Well,
Hey, we're done.
Yeah. I didn't know it was to be to cap the meeting like these.
I know, right?
Bro, I just asked what car you had back
I
there.
know, right?
My bad. I apologize. It's just second nature. I assume everybody's attacking me, so we ready all the time.
He fucking cut you off
Yeah,
and shit.
well, yeah, it's because the fool's telling a boring story.
All right.
He's lying right now.
My
He was
bad,
rich.
bro.
He was born rich.
Bro, I'm born rich.
Born rich.
Bro, if I had your customers, I'd have more money.
No.
What's up, guys? We're at Mexico Racing League. Thank you for watching the podcast. Hey, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you put in the comments who y'all guys want on the next podcast. Make sure you check out the merch, gohardpodcast.bigcartel.com. We will upload new merch with new quotes. Thank you, guys. Peace. Welcome back to Go Hard Podcast. I'm your host, Noel. Hey, guys, we're out in Pasadena again. We got a heavy hitter on. You've seen his sticker on cars all over Houston, all over the states and stuff. We do got a special guest.
Midnight Performance.
Midnight
Y'all
Performance.
been asking for it?
Man, guys, he's on the pod now. Y'all been asking in the comments.
20,000 you paid me.
I said he wasn't gonna show up, but he
If
showed
he
up.
ain't paid you other fools, shit. I better get with them.
He gave me 10. How much did he give you?
How much did
20.
20? Oh,
Hey, that
we're gonna
prop-
have a talk after, Noel.
Hey, that prop money is something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That prop money. You know that prop money I use at the grudges and cash days? You know that prop money? Nah, we talked a little bit at Texas 2K. We had Alderwoods on, but it's badass right now because we got two of the heavy hitters in Fords, and they're both backed by Lund Racing. So, introduce yourself, Manny.
I'm Manuel. Midnight Performance.
You gotta come like way close. You good.
You didn't pay me enough for this.
Go good.
Said I'm Manuel, and I own Midnight Performance, and I'm here to co-host with my boy, Mexico Racing League.
Give it up for Mexico Racing League, man.
Hey, me.
Tell us a little bit about you, Brian. I don't know what to call him. Brian, Mexico Racing League, Ace Performance Exhaust, ex-podcaster, or
Damn.
Flash WS6.
He already,
I don't even know.
He ended you already.
I don't even know.
Ex-podcaster to partner, not me, bro. Okay. We taking slugs.
I know, right? He's throwing slugs now. But before you start and you introduce yourself, keep the same energy you had on your podcast.
On my podcast?
That's all I got to say.
Yeah, well, I control those comments. These people are going to be mean. So we got...
But just keep the same energy.
Okay.
You know? I know on there you said, if I burn bridges, you got a fucking boat to go in and all this kinds of shit. Just keep the same energy and we good.
We good. I'll tell it like it is. Keep in mind, I'm a business owner, so
Yeah,
there's going to be
for sure.
some politically correct answers. And, the 16-year-old kids who haven't done anything, they're not going to understand that. But
Yeah.
other people with actual jobs will get it.
Yeah. Introduce yourself. Tell us, a little about you for those that don't know and for my channel.
For those that don't know, my name's Brian Luna, Mexico Racing League, Aces Performance Exhaust, Pasadena. The only 6-second S550 with the factory computer and IRS. I don't know if I'm interesting enough to be on a podcast. I tried to do my own and it did okay, but he asked me to do one, so we're here. Manuel's here, and I think it's gonna be a good night. So,
What do you think about the podcast
man,
so far?
So, we talked briefly about it at Texas 2K. Your podcast. I'm gonna tell you what nobody else has told you. At the jump, I was like, dude, this shit is cringe.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you, what it was. But to see,
Hey, hold on. He hasn't even I think ask her about the podcast after the podcast
no, hold on. Let me.
because it might be cringe right now.
Yeah, it might be cringe right
Nah.
now. No, but from where this one started to where
Yeah.
it's at now,
Yeah.
like I couldn't be happier for you. Like it's leaps and bounds, the improvements, the guests, the questions, the knowledge that you've probably gained and learned with all your people that you've had on. It's amazing. It's amazing how 6 months can change a YouTube channel or social media platform like that. So big ups to you. Round of applause for you.
Appreciate Am I gonna
Hey,
clap?
he had Chingo Bling on here.
He had Chingo
Chingo
Bling.
Bling, bro. Don't forget.
Hey, Chingo Bling.
Don't forget Chingo Bling.
Boy. Yeah. Sound like tamales.
The Tamale King. Tamale King.
I know. You know who he is.
Yeah, right.
That's cool.
But we're gonna start off, guys. We're gonna talk about Brian Luna. A little bit about the exhaust shop. Not too much, info on it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk about Mexico Racing Link, the brand. How it started, where it's going to. Are you the world record in the IRS right now?
For the IRS S550, yes.
Okay, we're gonna get into that. We're also gonna talk about, the incidents happened at Texas 2K. But first, for my channel, if you can just tell us how you started getting into cars.
Man, this is probably the most Ricer thing to say, but that Fast and the Furious movie, really opened up my eyes. And
This guy too, he still uses the quotes.
yeah, I see him. I've seen him. I've seen him almost roll a car doing a J turn, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, right.
Just whenever I was younger, just watching, Gone in 60 Seconds, Fast and Furious, other things, other movies like that, and it kind of really got me into it. And a couple nights, my dad and we would drive around and we'd show up in this, piece of shit work truck, Ford Ranger or Nissan Frontier, whatever it was, and we would go to these parking lots and we would see cars everywhere.
This was what year?
What parking lot? was it?
This year, this probably 2000.
When
I
Fast
think
and the Furious
mid-90s.
came out.
Yeah, Fast and Furious came out 2001. So after that, that's whenever, shortly after that, you had the Sonic bust and all that stuff. You're probably too young to remember all that.
That was the Westheimer meets.
Yeah, that was the Westheimer meets, essentially.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember what's
So you had your dad driving you around.
I
to go to
mean, I
Westheimer.
was just there. He was doing his life, and I just happened to be there. And, we stumbled across some car meets and like, oh, this is where they meet up every Saturday. So we were those people who would show up and just...
Yeah.
you
Were
know.
you at the Big K bust?
No.
No?
We didn't go that night, but I've talked to some people, and it's crazy how it's such a small world that, they were there with their
Dude,
parents, their
everybody.
brothers, sisters,
Yeah,
friends,
like, a
everybody.
lot of people were there. I was
Yeah.
there with my uncle too.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
a couple of my buddies that are a little bit older than us, they got, arrested and shit like that.
What
I was
car
like,
did you have back then?
I wasn't driving back then, bro.
No, but like you had to have been driving back then. How old are you?
At the Kmart bus?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm 33. I'm about to be 34. I don't know how old
I'm
you think
older
I am.
than you.
Yeah, you're older than me.
Damn.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Older, slower,
I thought you were
you know?
older.
Hey, where's your car at right now? I got you right here. Which one of your customers are you driving?
I told you. Nah, but keep going.
All right,
keep
I'm
going.
out this.
I know, right?
And cut.
I know, right?
Well,
Hey, we're done.
Yeah. I didn't know it was to be to cap the meeting. Like these.
I know, right?
Bro, I just asked what car you had back
I
then.
know, right?
My bad. I apologize. It's just second nature. I assume everybody's attacking me, so we ready all the time. What's up?
Yeah, keep going.
What's your question? Oh, okay.
He fucking,
Yeah,
he fucking cut you off
Yeah,
and shit.
well, yeah, it's because the fool's telling a boring story.
All right.
He's lying right now.
Not
He was
bad,
rich.
bro.
He was born rich.
Bro, I'm born rich.
Born rich.
Bro, if I had your customers, I'd have more money.
No.
So, we'd go to those meets, drive around, check it out, and just,
Yeah.
a kid with the dream, a hope, saying, like, man, those some badass fucking cars. I don't even remember what we would see, mostly old domestic cars, some imports, things like that. And, turned
Like
out...
the Camaro, the LS1, right?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, back then, if you had an LS1, you had a little bit of money back then.
Yeah.
By the time I got into the LS1s, they were already on their second or third owners. So,
Oh shit, got you. So when did you like actually get into racing?
man, my mom, she had a 4-door Harley Davidson truck. It's basically a Lightning with 4 doors, and I would street race the shit out of that. And she'd send me to school. She'd be too busy working. She'd be like, "Here, just take it, go to school." So I'm over here, 15 years old, driving a 350 horsepower truck, which right now is nothing, right? But back then, it's like high 13s. That's a pretty quick truck, and we would race anything and everything, and kind of got into it that way. Eventually transitioned over to a Mustang, and it wasn't even a cool one. It was a V6, 3.8 Mustang. Worked my minimum wage job, spent all my money on that, and then worked one summer as like a general contractor doing like drywall, painting, just whatever, little bitch work they needed done. Construction essentially, right?
Yeah.
And saved up money for a down payment, and my senior year we went and bought a 01 Z28 and just was happy with that. It was the LS1 4L60, and I thought it was the fastest fucking car on the road. And that's, 2007.
So in 07, you had a 01 Z28.
Yes.
You would tell me that you didn't have no money.
I didn't have no money. I still don't have no money. I spend it all.
That's
Don't you
money
see?
right there.
Look at all my bad decisions, bro. We're sitting in them.
So you didn't go to the Ford yet, right?
I
You weren't
didn't
in the Ford yet?
I had some Fords, but my Mustang was slow. It was a V6.
Yeah.
So after I spent money on that, thinking I could make it fast, my buddy, he actually just left. My buddy Christian, he let me drive his 02 SS, and I was like, bro, this thing has some fucking power.
Yeah.
I said, I'm done with this Mustang shit. Like this ain't cutting it. Because back then, the PI Mustangs, you would do cam, full bolt-ons, tune, everything, and you'd get 220 horsepower. They were basically the Silverados that these kids drive around now.
Yeah.
They just didn't make power. They weren't that quick compared to the LS1s.
But they had the 03 Cobra though.
Yeah, they had the 03 Cobra, bro, but we didn't have 03 Cobra money, bro. I'm telling you, we barely had enough money as it was.
Got you.
So
How much was those 3 Cobras? Bro?
03 Cobra when it came out, I think it was only like, well, I say only now, but I think it was like, high 30s, low 40s back then, but, the dollar was worth a little bit more back then too. So you had one of those, you were making
In 07, they were still 30,
Yeah, they were still
40.
expensive, yeah.
Damn.
It's Pasadena, baby. You hear
I
all
know,
that
right?
noise.
Guys, if you hear noise in the background, we're outside.
We're on
But we're
Fairmont.
outside, but we're inside, so
Yeah.
we're on Fairmount.
We're on
Yeah.
Fairmont. We have people who will make hits, and they make them so often, and it's usually the same 5 or 6 trucks or 5 or 6 cars that I can point out. Oh, that's a TRX going to the gym.
It's Russell testing.
Yeah, I've
testing
seen
out the
him.
trucks right here.
He be driving around with no hood so they don't overheat. I see him. You think people don't know? We know.
Stay cool.
Stop capping him up.
Oh, my bad. He's a nice guy. Russell at Velocity is a great guy.
Keep the IETs down, right?
Oh yeah, keep the IETs down, right? And be toasty.
So so when did you get the WS6?
The WS6, man, I looked at that car. Let me
WS6.
tell you about the WS6. When I bought that car had won 3 or 4 NMRA True Street events. Like the dude had more trophies than I have welding tanks here. He had won so much.
It was a
with
Mighty
that
Mouse car or some
Yeah,
shit,
it
right?
was a Mighty Mouse car. Same guy
But
that
before that car is a C6.
Yeah, well, I had my Z28 that we did the stroker motor in, and I sprayed the shit out of it with nitrous, and then I got a C6.
The LS3s.
Yeah, the LS3, which...
Because that's what really pushed your shit.
Yeah. I mean, the Z28 made about 600, to the wheels, which we're talking 2008, 2009, it was decent. It trapped high 120s, low 130s, on nitrous, on 200 shot, 250 shot. And we were dumb back then. We would just do it with fucking like on 93.
Yeah.
It would fucking set of TR6 is not giving a fuck.
TR6s.
They would be burnt. We just put a new set in and keep going.
When did the LS3s come out? 08?
Oh wait, yeah. So 08. So
that's
after
when you got the yellow one.
I got my 08 C6 in 2009, end of 2009.
And you had money then.
I had money, a little bit of money then, but I worked.
What were you doing?
I lived at home. So I was I lived at home.
Where else you live?
Yeah, no, I lived at home. I lived at home with my parents.
Nah,
Like, I lived at home with my parents.
mama lived with me.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. What, you still
Back
there?
then, my mama lived with me. I didn't live with my mama.
Okay.
That's what you gotta say it. So for the people,
That's cool.
For the
you
gram.
had an 08
For the gram.
C6 LS3.
Bro, that's all I had.
You got money.
That's all I had. It wasn't like I had money. That was all I had. I was fake flexing.
Fake flexing.
That was all I had. And we modded that one, put 200 shot, 250
Who's
shot.
we?
Me.
You ain't fucking much. You need to stop,
Bro,
lying.
before I had the little bit of money I have now,
So,
I
who
used to work
tuned it?
on
Who
some,
modded it?
on that car, LMR actually tuned it.
Yeah.
But it was before Steven
So
was
LMR
tuning.
did all the other shit too.
They did most of it, yeah, but most of it was
See?
backyard stuff. Look,
That's what I'm here for.
Direct
Look,
injection.
just
They
like
did a
the
direct
cap.
injection.
Because
Bro,
I
just
know this
like-
fool don't be working on shit.
bro, you build somebody else's truck and you drive it. I'm over here at least driving my own.
Hey,
okay.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
I'm saying you didn't build shit right there. All right.
You
so
don't know.
Lamar did
I
the
know.
mods. They put the nitrous kit on there.
No, me and my homeboy, bro, we had that
He
20
changed the plugs.
We had that 20 foot of nitrous extra line just chilling in the engine bay. We had all sorts of rigged shit, but it looked nice.
How did you
just
rig it
open the
though?
hood.
Like direct or throttle body or?
So on that one,
That's a good question. Ask
it
him
was
the
a
plugs.
it was a
Bet
throttle
you don't
body
know.
throttle body spacer essentially, right? Like it was a TNT nitrous kit. They're not in business anymore, but they used to tell you, hey,
Cold Fusion?
No,
Nah.
not even Cold Fusion. They would TNT nitrous kit. They would say, this is 150 shot, but that bitch would make 200 because but their kits
It was
always
called
made more.
TNT?
Yeah, TNT nitrous kit, Texas
Like
nitrous technology.
The explosive.
Yeah, explosion.
Yeah, I mean it happened, right? So, that's just what it was. But
Yeah.
the car always ran strong, and back then it was the 6L80, and they were new. There wasn't that much tuning available, so we were swapping trans every 2 or 3 weeks, and that's just what it was. Warranty it out,
Yeah.
and that's just
Wait,
what it
you
was.
mentioned that you were doing 200, 250 shot, but on the plate, I thought it was only rated for like 175.
Hey,
Life's different.
don't ask
Oh.
questions.
That's
baby.
now.
He drilled me.
You set it up, and it's like they tell you don't drink Clorox, but if you do, you're on your own. And
This
it's kind of
guy.
just the way it was. We
Yeah.
just
You're not supposed to drink Clorox?
Yeah, no. I mean, you haven't drank enough. You're still here. So we just put in the jets, and it ran strong, and a little backfire
Didn't it
here
go
and there,
nines?
but not bill. Which one? The C6?
Yeah.
it went like a 980 at
Right.
like 133, 134.
Yeah.
And then it would kill the transmission every like 5-6 passes, but.
But that's the one when
Goddamn.
LMR took it to the track.
Yeah,
and
yeah, they would
it
do
went
that
nine.
one, and yeah, mostly that one, yeah, and then it just kind of the trans would slip, and that was just life.
Yeah.
But
But
that,
it was the first C6 on the nines or no?
I don't even remember, man. It's
I
been
think
so
it
long.
was.
It might be. I have a little magazine article about it. I bought that
Little
car
micro
from
record?
Jack's brother. I bought that car from Tommy.
No, this ain't no micro records, my boy. this man right here is the record.
The record holder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
forgot.
Record
Well,
holder, bro.
get to it in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get to it. How much time we got? We got a lot of time.
Yeah, we got a lot of time. You good?
Because
you
I
good.
don't want to say, hey, well, to make things short. No, I'm going to tell you
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. We know you. Hey, we know you can talk.
Damn.
Okay. So I almost got you right there, but I'm gonna let it go. So I caught myself just because we camaradas right now. But let me look back at this podcast in 6 months.
I know,
We don't
right,
see. So that was that car. That car was cool, but people were getting faster. And at that point, we were doing, or I was doing the Texas Invitational. It was big, so it was a private runway, and people were just doing roll racing. And a nitrous car, dude, I'd have to take like 8 bottles for the weekend, and we would still run out.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that we would run out of nitrous before the engine would let go. And I said, man, I'm gonna need something else. So I was on LS1 Tech for 2. I mean, I was in there since middle school almost, but like the Mighty Mouse car, or the Trans Am as I just call it now, or the WS6, it was for sale for almost 2 years, and it started off 60,000, right? This is 2008, 2009. It's a lot of money. It's still a lot of money now. I mean,
Shit,
for,
like
Yeah.
120 now.
at least. So for that price, nobody bought it, right? The guy had it for sale for 2 years. It was accomplished. It won all these titles, street car, blah 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 blah. It proven. It didn't
Yeah.
have AC, but it was a street car, and it was fast. And it went like an 8.4 at like 162, which was moving back then. It's still moving now, but back then, like you were king dingaling. That car was for sale for 2 years, and I watched it, and I watched the fucking price reduction of $5K, and the man kept it with the same thread, just bumped it down, bumped it down, bumped it down. He worked it to a number. I said, all right, let's do it.
And this was a WS6 that became the Flash.
Yeah,
Okay,
Flash is
okay.
WS6.
All right, just so people that are watching, they're like, okay.
Yeah, so,
All right.
and, I got it. The car ran fine for a couple months. It had a maxed out like a 8891 turbo. It's a little cheater turbo back then, but it was T4. So it was really only making 1060 to the wheels through the unlocked 4080. It was quick though. I mean, the car trapped 163 back then, 3,600 pounds. It was respectable.
Yeah.
But needed more. The engine let go and took out some other things, and kind of went full retard. At that point, it just dived in, and I said, hey, well, if we're gonna put a bigger turbo on it, we're gonna need a better engine, right? And vice versa. So I went to like the Pro Mod 91, and then to the 94, and then the LSX block, and we're gonna take the big stuff 3 off, and we went Pro EFI.
Nice.
And had the traction control and did all that stuff, and the car was quick. 1320 did a video back on it. I raced a couple exotic cars, and I think I
Who
took,
did all that?
that one was my buddy Tiago at Force Fed Fabrications. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a fabricator. I don't pretend to be anything.
You're just a driver.
I'm just a
and money
driver,
man.
and I pay. I'm the guy that pays, the guy that drives, and the guy that talks shit. I'm not a timeshare racer. I don't need anybody else's shit. I got my own stuff.
Tell 'em.
And this is what it is.
Tell 'em.
I look at driving like I'd rather go out there and mess up than let somebody else do it for me. Because there's no guarantee that they're gonna win anyways. But people use it as a crutch.
Yeah.
And that's just my logic.
That's why I don't like to drive.
Yeah.
I just like to blame. Well, he sucks at driving.
Yeah.
That's how
I mean, and that's what it is, and that's fine. But my whole mindset is and unfortunately it's happened more than once. If anybody's gonna crash this bitch, it's gonna be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is.
There's nobody to blame.
There's nobody to blame except part manufacturers. But other than that, we're good. And I'll take that. If from a safety standpoint, if I put Richard, if I put Aldo, if I put Manuel, Boyd, whoever it is in that car, I need to know that it's 100% solid. Everything's great, because if they go and they roll it, something happens to them, that's always going to be on me.
Yeah.
If it's me, I ain't got to worry about it because I won't be here. So, it's good.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the why I like to drive my own stuff. If I ever feel like the car's too fast, or if I'm scared of it, I don't need it. I'll sell it, and I'll just keep my high 6-second cars. That's just my mindset. You will never see me own a car that I don't drive. Now, if we have 2 or 3 of my cars out at an event, then that's fine, and I'm gonna drive the fastest one. We did it at Texas 2K a couple years ago. We had the Trans Am that was in the low 8s, and the S550, the one that's in the 6s now, it was running high 8s, and Aldo drove that one, and I was driving the faster one.
Yeah.
And that's just what it was. It's just like, but if I only have one car there, I'm gonna drive it.
Yeah.
That's just my
Get back
mindset.
to the WS6.
Oh, back to the WS6. So I got that. I think I beat a couple underground Lambos, some Corvettes, Viper. The video's there. I think it has
Texas
almost
Invitational.
At the Texas Invitational, and that was a cool event. It was great.
You were driving it back then?
Yeah.
It wasn't Tiago?
No, Tiago had
Tiago's
his red
the
one.
one that had that red one,
Yeah,
right?
Tiago had the red one. Yeah, that was super clean. Mine was the single turbo one.
But yours was faster than his.
Mine was faster at the drag strip. His always made more power. He just never had the right converter in it, so it was super tight. So it wouldn't leave as hard at the drag strip.
But
from a roll, it was nasty. So it was just as quick or faster.
But whenever you were doing that, that's not the time that Aldo redid the turbo kit and all that
No.
shit.
So Aldo didn't redo the turbo kit on that until after a little bit. Pro Speed redid some things on it and fixed it up a little bit. And Aldo, before he jumped ship to start his own stuff, Pro Speed did it, and he was working at Pro Speed.
Yeah.
And that's how I met him. I said, hey, man, these guys are telling me my car's not going to be done. And, they're a business. It's fine. I was like, I really want to make this event. He's like, bring it to my shop down the road. Sure enough.
Nice.
And we got it done, and he made it happen. And they were still tuning it. Everybody was happy.
I remember that's when he put the Pro Mod 94.
Yeah, we did the Pro Mod 94 on it because we tried to do the 98, but it was a cast wheel 98, and dude, that
Yeah.
shit took forever. So we took that shit off, and we put the Pro Mod 94 in.
Because I remember going to
That bitch was
Aldo's,
fit.
like, I think at the beginning, and your car was there.
Yeah, and you had Josemar's car there because you were doing the
Josemar,
turbo
yeah.
kit
Yeah.
on that one. Yeah, yeah, a long time ago. That
And
was
then you
what-
went to the track and
I went to the track.
quarter mile.
Yeah, we went after Texas Invitational. That thing kind of fizzled out, and I started doing quarter mile stuff, and I was hooked. I said, man, this is it. And I had done it before with slower cars, but I said, man, we can really do some stuff.
Yeah.
With this car.
Think that thing would come on it would be slow in the front and then just start moving
Yeah.
in the
So
back.
what if we knew then what we know now as far as how to put a rear gear in it, the proper spec of the converters, take the weight out of this, do this, dude, that car would be running mid sevens all day
Yeah.
long.
Because it
And
trapped like
I have everything for
173
that car.
or some shit, right?
Do what?
It was trapped like 173,
It trapped
172.
178.
Yeah, I remember seeing that shit.
It went
I was like,
8.2 at
God
178
damn,
with
that
the
thing's going-
1.460 foot, which now like my truck does that. We laugh
Yeah.
at that like, dude, this is pathetic. But now it's like, dude, we could have that car running so fast, and
Yeah.
we actually in the middle of putting the engine together just to kind of get it going. And I don't know if I'm gonna put it together to race it or put it together and like sell it.
How many motors you been through in that thing?
On that one, only like 2 or 3.
So it left soft, and then it would.
It would
ramp
just
up?
like ramp in, yeah.
Oh,
Just,
shit.
we didn't have it set up properly, and at the time I was listening to the wrong people doing the wrong things, and
Who were you listening to?
Can't say all that, my boy.
They're not they're the people that nobody listens to anymore. You know that we'll just leave it at that. You know they're not relevant.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know the universe seems to find a way to balance things out. You know people who advise wrong, people who do the wrong things, they usually get sorted out on their own. And
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
I'm not one to make anything happen like that, but it just you know
Yeah.
the up and comers in the car scene. Oh, we're the best. We sell the best parts. We're the newest, latest, and greatest shop. They fizzle out all the time. And Manuel will tell you the same thing. We see these guys. They come in. They go. You know, whether it's engine builders, whether it's transmission builders, whether it's speed shops. Oh, we're the best. And you see them spamming Facebook, spamming Instagram, and then they fall off.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, y'all really were scamming
Some
people.
don't even fall off. They just go quiet.
Yeah, they just go quiet because they ran out of people's money.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just the way it works. So you got to have at least a little bit of integrity and
Yeah.
you know run a good business.
Right.
So, or just keep having people that you know give you deposits. But you know, other than that,
Deposits are the way to go, baby.
Yeah.
That's how I have everything.
Peter
that I
to
have.
pay Paul. So
Go back to the WS6. You haven't finished.
so we
No,
got,
it's Rob Juan to pay Frank.
yeah, Rob Juan to pay Frank. So then that car got put together and it was cool. I mean, the car's quick. Never really sorted it out.
Blew up.
It blew up.
Had issues with the motor.
I mean, we had issues with the engine, had issues with the transmission, couple things. A lot of things were going wrong for that car. And at that point, you know, I did have the Aldo mid-mount kit.
No.
Which
no,
one?
No.
Tell me. Okay, so you're gonna
Ooh,
fact check me. Okay.
I
damn.
had one of these right here.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
I had-
550
I-
with the Paxton on it.
Yeah, I had the Paxton on it,
Paxton.
and
Aldo
again,
wasn't fucking with the
yeah,
Mustang.
he wasn't yet until Manuel made him do Jesus' car, and that's whenever Aldo used
No,
to
no,
rent
but
the
it was
back kit.
Hosemars, right?
Yeah.
And then I would tell Aldo, like, dude, stop. He was fucking with CTSVs. Aldo kept on
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
with CTS, doing ice tanks.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, like bullshit.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, we got this other fucking. I don't want to name his fucking name, but the 3-letter fucking
Yeah.
dude here. I was like, look at this bro. He's fucking selling these kits for $7,800. They're janky.
Yep.
I said, Aldo does badass work. Hey, let's fucking do.
A Mustang.
He had a
turbo
S5.
kit, yeah.
He had the blue S550. The same car,
Right,
right?
yeah, it's a Grabber Blue S550, the same car I have now. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the same car. It was the same car.
yeah.
So the same car with the Paxton on it.
Yeah.
And Sorian was tuning it. And I was like, dude, that thing's a fucking turd, right? But this is when, you know, me,
It's a
Aldo,
it's a
and
turd
we were
because-
fucking with each other a little more. Because now we don't really like fuck with each other too much.
Why?
Because he's a hoe. Look at him. He capping with me on here.
I'm capping you.
I saw a 10R80 out there. I don't know who's building the 10R80 for him, but I saw it out there.
I was waiting for you to pick it up until you showed up in the Honda or whatever
No,
that
but
thing
yeah,
is.
look, and then, so
Hold on. So it was
Aldo
a,
did 3 kits.
it was a
He
turd.
did
Hold on. It was a turd because of the tuning or the turd because of the Paxton?
Just a Paxton. But he just had it like, it was a cruiser for him. You didn't buy that car to go fast.
I literally saw a post on Facebook that I made in 2017 that said, "Hey, what's better, a Paxton or twin turbo?" I'm not trying to break any records.
Yeah. But this is when like Aldo wasn't making twin turbo
Yeah,
kits.
not yet.
Yeah,
And
not
then,
yet.
You know, we ended up breaking all the records, but we'll get to those at some point. So Trans Am kind of went on the back burner, and Manuel had Aldo do Jesus' kit.
That's a top
the
mount.
top mount kit. And I had just opened the shop. Aldo was renting my back building back there, and
But Aldo did Will Cranes, the dude that sells.
he did
back
Will Crane,
then
but
he's-
he modified the CPR kit.
yeah, so he did that one, and then I guess I kind of got Aldo to start fucking with the Coyotes because they were running so good.
Right.
And then we're like, fuck it, let's go turbos. Aldo's gonna make the turbo kits. Like, hey, put the shit. He made one for him, Alegria, and for Canon.
Yeah.
So he's made 3 of them, 3 kits. And they were all the exact same shit. But I don't know if we did stock motors on those, right?
We had stock engines on most of those, and then at some point it got to hey,
Dude,
we're
it was
gonna-
hard as hell to go. We were going 950s or
Yeah.
some shit, like 151, and we were like happy, like, oh,
we're
this
happy
thing's
now.
moving.
We went 8 eventually.
To go 8s, it was hard.
Yeah.
Now, dude, you can fucking do it with.
Slap it on. Go. Copy
Dude,
and
you can
paste,
put
yeah.
just. We could literally build a turbo kit right now. Have one little pipe to a turbo and go 8 and run 8s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's just like a little, recipe that
Yeah,
you do.
yeah.
But back then, we were scared to push. Like it was like 15 pounds. It was like, oh fuck, we're about to blow up.
But y'all weren't scary. I just didn't know the limit, right?
The limit.
And nobody had done it at that
No.
point yet.
Yeah.
I think Lund was going. I think with the Blue Goose, they went like 8.6s.
Yep.
Back then, and it was like built motor and built
Damn.
trans and all this
Yeah.
shit.
Right.
So then that's when I started fucking with the transmissions with the dude that I had working for me then, and then we built all 3 of them the exact same shit. But out of all of them, I think it was Brian's that went 8s first.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
I don't even think Cannon ever went 8s.
I think his did after his drive shaft let go and you had to rebuild the whole car.
Dude.
So I had, because I was more into the Mustang shit, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
knew Lund and all that crap. And I don't really care. NPR in Florida.
I'm ready to talk some shit.
Yeah.
So
these fools gave me
we
70 Gs.
we
right?
built- we-
They said, let's build 3 motors.
No, we ordered 5, bro, because we ordered Jim's, and then we also ordered one for Jesus. But we were ordering short blocks at the time. We weren't ordering long blocks.
I don't know. I wired that
I know.
I wired that full 70 grand.
For 5 motors.
Yeah. And then I get him. We put one in his, Jim, another customer, in Cannons and Alegrias.
Yep.
I think they lasted like 3 passes or
I
something.
went to Texas 2K and went 8-2, and the motor died at the end of the track.
That was in 19?
That was 18 or 19, I
Okay.
think so, yeah. We were trying to go 7s at that time, and my engine failed at Texas 2K. Cannon's failed at a track rental. Jim, I don't even know if Jim made it to the track, and then the other 2 were like...
Alegrias
were like-
lived.
Yeah,
I think that was the only one that lived.
It was the only one that lived, but...
But he wouldn't really go to the track too much.
Yeah, he wouldn't go to the track too much, and I was the only one who'd be like, "Hey, fuck it, let's keep turning up."
So this
turning it up."
dude that built those motors, right? Because everybody was out. I think like 11.5.
Yeah, it was like 11.5.
or some shit like that.
I'm
they
still
were
mad
out
about
money,
that.
and
I'm
I'm the
still
only
mad
one
at that.
dealing with the dude, right? So I'm not gonna just blast him or whatever. So we were trying to deal with like, hey, why is this happening? Like all the pistons were eating themselves. Well, now we know that it was an issue with the diamond pistons, like a skirt issue, and
Did they have
man, there's a
server?
lot more stories.
So
Did they-
because of that,
Did they issue like a
No.
service bulletin?
no, they didn't say shit.
service bulletin.
So I
No, I'm
literally
serious.
just sent.
No?
I sent Manuel a screenshot in a chat.
That was 2 years
earlier
later.
this week. Earlier this week, about how he's a victim now because over 100 of his customers' engines failed. But when we called, we did the install wrong. The
he
tuner
was saying that I was
washed them out.
sabotaging motors.
That
and all
Manuel,
kinds of-
like Manuel broke them all on purpose, right? And it's like Manuel didn't even put mine together. Aldo put mine together. He called Manuel a drug dealer, all sorts of weird, like
He hit
random
up
shit.
Lund.
It was fucking
And
racist.
he said, hey, I know that your son is dealing with a known drug dealer.
Yeah, that's what he told John Lund Sr. He told, talking about John Jr., that Manuel is a known drug dealer.
Yeah.
And we're trying
I
to
didn't even
destroy
know it
his
was
business.
known.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't
I
know that
guess
it was
so.
known either. I was like, bro, why are we poor if you're a drug dealer? Like, we're terrible drug dealers.
The only reason that I got the money from these fools, like instead of them just paying, because
Yeah.
I got them the credit card points, baby.
Yeah.
So I
He
said,
wa- he
yeah,
wanted
give
the
me
miles.
cash,
He wanted the points.
and I get them points.
Yeah.
You trying to go
if I
round
would've
trip for
put-
free?
if-
Dude, I had a cop show up to the shop looking for motors, and
Yeah.
Jesus bought 2 motors from him.
Fuck.
Yeah, and it was all
If
bunch
I-
of bullshit. That shit slowed down. There's still shit nowadays that doesn't get posted that slows down. This fool doesn't deal with that much
Yeah.
of that shit,
But
right?
you do, right?
I deal with it all the time. Like it's bad. Like there's some dudes out there that you try to. It's a whole different fucking story.
Bro, you got Taft, you got NPR.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. There's a lot. We
It was
need at least
Evermore,
like 10 more SD cards.
Taft, NPR. So there's like, okay, well, it's my fault. Like, but it's not my fault. Huh?
Yeah.
Like I just sit there at night, just like, is it me? No, but that was a big ass
He said-
NPR deal. But like those dudes, they used to be big in the Coyote shit, right?
Mm.
FFRE wasn't really fucking with them. It was Cy Lee was fucking with them.
Yeah.
TKM, it was NPR. Like
Yeah.
NPR was the ones building all the motors for Oscar Morin in the Valley, for us. There was a lot of people running NPR engines.
Right.
Fast people. But man, we just got the bad luck where they changed pistons or some shit.
Damn. Yeah.
But that fool, instead of saying like, "Hey, send the motor back. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna figure it out." Nah, he just started ignoring us. Like, oh, it's installer error or the tuner blaming Lund. Like
Damn.
stock computer bullshit.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
bullshit.
don't
like
you
that.
can't break it in on E85. It's gonna wash
Yeah.
out the cylinders. Like, dude, I have screenshots, I have receipts, I have everything. And
Yeah.
somebody just asked, "Hey, are people still using these mod 2K pistons?" And the guy had the audacity to comment in there, "Oh no, those are trash. I've had over 100 customers' engines come back because of this." Is like, dude, you built 100 before you realized something was wrong. Like, what's going on?
You would think an engine builder would go through
And
all
check
that
everything,
shit.
right?
Testing, yeah.
So once we started using other parts, like we haven't had a piston problem since.
Yeah.
But we've all used other builders since then.
Who'd you go to after NPR?
After NPR, I went to H
Halston.
Squared. Yeah, Halston, and he's a nice guy. He's getting into the Coyote stuff. he just took a little long for me. He's a nice guy. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't got bad blood with him. I'm not gonna say a bad thing.
He was
about
building the WS6 motors too.
He was building the Trans Am engine, and I
And
hardly.
he's here. He's
yeah,
right
he-
next to my shop.
Yeah, he's off of Eldridge.
Yeah, he's close.
And
Okay.
the Trans Am engine lasted forever, but I would race it 2 or 3 times a year. So he's like, oh, well, in his mind, it lasted 7 years, but it's like, dude, I have like 4 passes on it. Like, chill.
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But that so it doesn't really count. But I'll take your W's where you can. And again, he's a nice guy. So he's done a couple things, and you don't hear about him too much, but he's out there. He did up until recently. He had Aldo's engine. Now Aldo has a different engine in his car that he bought one of mine that I had here.
The TKM.
Yeah, he bought my spare TKM engine.
You
'cause I
got
had
3 engines?
I got 3.
Damn, este vato sí tiene.
3.
Mm-hmm. That come up, baby.
I come up.
They're only 10,000 a piece.
Yeah,
come up is-
you fucking wish they were. That's what we'll say.
That's a
what they
whole
call
bunch
it.
of exhaust.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of Flowmasters. Yeah, and I mean the full long blocks. They're about 28, 30K.
So
depending
then,
on
yeah,
what you
we
Nice.
put the turbo. He put the turbo kit on there. Did all that. I guess with the NPR 820s.
Yeah.
And then you ended up what?
We went to the H-squared motor, and we ended up going. I think like at this time I still had the 6R80 in it, and we went 780s with the 6R, and got that figured out, and it was cool. But at the time, and John's gonna hate that I say that, to me the 6R wasn't consistent. It would do some weird stuff, and it wasn't for me. My mindset became if we're gonna go to the track, I want to give myself the best shot at winning and the best shot at always doing, the best we can. So the 6R was heavier than the Power Glide, all this other stuff. Now they have the 6R down. People are going way faster with it. I think Joe Glockner's been 730s with it. The Lunds obviously have been 6.7, 6.6s with it, something like that.
They're
So
getting rid
it's
of
come up.
pieces inside of them to
Yeah.
make them last longer.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So it's a little different from what your average, Joe would have, but you can still do it with the 4R, which is what we had, but it's a 4-speed instead of a 6-speed, but it's still called a 6R. Just like other stuff that you make changes to, it's still what it's set up as. I caught myself there. We're about to get canceled. So, we did that, put a Power Glide in it, and then at that time, I broke the crank on one of the engines, and I said, you know what, let's go TKM. And we went TKM, and we've had minor things here and there, nothing on there, and I think we were just at like the limits of the turbos that I had, and we went from 750s to 740s, 730s, and I was at the 730s a lot because I was chasing Manuel's car that he put together for Vic, and they went 728, and
Is that the blue one?
no, it was a red one, maroon.
Red one, yeah,
maroon.
maroon one.
They put that thing, and I had to go at least 2 or 3 times, and to make that shit happen to beat it. There was one video where I put that bitch on the bumper on Thursday, fixed it, hurry up, went back to the track on a Sunday on the private rental, put it on the bumper again.
Then you crash it or some shit?
Yeah, it crashed, touched the wall on the bumper.
That was your first time crashing it.
First time crashing it. It was like a love smack. It was a little smack. It was still drivable.
Yeah.
I pulled it around. We adjusted some things, and we took the record that day. It went like a 726.
Yeah.
Now if I run a 726, it's a terrible pass. Like I'm like, dude, this is fucking junk.
Yeah.
But that's just how fast the car is now and the changes we've made to it. So,
When did the whole beef with you and Freight Train happen?
dude, we're going back to the Trans Am days.
Yeah, yeah.
So the whole beef with Freight Train was.
I mean, I seen the video, right?
Yeah. I mean, we can link the video here.
Yeah,
I think Jason Potter has it on his YouTube. His whole thing was he wanted to race, right? And I'm cool with it. They came down for Texas 2K. That weekend, it rained a lot. Surprise, right? It rained during Texas 2K. What a surprise. But back then, it was a lot more street racing. He wanted a dig. I wanted a roll. I mean, my car could do both, either or. It didn't matter. And I pulled up to the Omni. I drove my car, 45 minutes, an hour away with one of my buddies. I said, hey, let's race. He said, no, we got to go to Dig Night. We got a, private little airport, blah, blah, blah. Everybody pay their $200-$300 and compete there. It's like, dude, I'm here now, bro. We go to the feeder. We go
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I'll race you in front of the Omni.
Yeah.
Do your burnout and let's go.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I seen
It's
that.
like, dude,
Hey,
this-
back then Brian wasn't swole like that though.
I was a little bit. I was on the come up. Not
He
right now.
wasn't. He was about this full size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been that skinny since high school, but, and he didn't want to
12-year-old
race. So it kind of looked like he
shaped.
just, he punked out, and then people were talking shit about me. It's like, oh, well, you went there during the day. I was like, dude, when else was I supposed to go? Like, You know, let me know what hours are acceptable for social media. I don't
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what you wanted me to do. So I showed up. He didn't want to race. I left, and Dig Night happened, and I think he got beat first round by Blazonic, and it was kind of just that was it. And faded off into
Brian saw
obscurity.
looking like, oh yeah, he got beat by Blake.
Yeah, I was like, dude, it didn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like, it didn't matter
don't-
to me. Like
Those
I
were
didn't give
some
a fuck.
badass days though. The
Bro.
Dig Night shit. That was the first event. Was that when the first event happened?
That was the second one, because the first one they did at the rail yard. Remember, that was some sketchy shit.
That was the second one.
No, that was the first one.
The first
one
one was at the airport.
The first one was at the airport?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one was at the airport where like everybody was standing on the sides, and the cars would get all crazy, and
An
everybody
accident
would
waiting
just
to happen.
open up. Shit
Is
was
that
wild.
Looked like
is
a
that
sideshow.
right there behind the private?
No, it was
private airport?
Hooks
Yeah.
Airport.
Yeah, Hooks is private. Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, I forgot that you're
Spring.
avionics,
Nice is Spring. Yeah. Yeah.
somewhere around there, sir.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
You were
So
probably in there rebuilding engines or some shit.
I mean, and my whole thing was my car had traction control. It had everything. I didn't care. Like, hey, we'll put on the gas. And it was like, "Bap, bap, 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 bap," and it would just
You
kind
were
of
capping, Brian. You weren't
It had
really
traction
gonna.
control.
If you were gonna do no dig back then,
And what were you driving?
Yeah, he said.
my M3. What
Okay.
you mean?
Yeah.
Why are we going to me? I'm just talking about you right now.
If he wanted to race, right
You would've
there-
done a dig.
You
Look,
said a
I'm
roll
gonna
and a
tell
dig,
you
right?
like this. Yeah, I told him a roll and a dig.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell
Hey,
you
where
like
you
this.
at? What's his name?
Bro, nobody wants any anymore. they all got retired.
Where's he at now?
I don't even know.
He is around. He races in Florida.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's called
I'm-
Freight Train still.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and I'm
Okay.
riding with him because I've seen that car run now.
Go ahead, that's cool.
Tag that right
He's
there.
full of shit.
I'm
Here
telling
you
you,
go.
I ain't full of
Bro,
shit.
I seen the
I'm-
fucking Instagram account. It's nothing. It
No.
has nothing on it.
It's called Freight Train. Watch.
It's called
I'm gonna
Freight
show you
Train,
after
but-
this.
Yeah.
He
Well, I
races
think there's
radio.
a faster guy who actually has one that's an actual fast car, and it's like the real freight train, and it's like
Oh, is
a
that
faster car.
But it's a Trans Am too. That's not the same.
no, but he
Freight
moved
Train?
on
Nah,
to
it's
Camaro.
different.
He moved on to Camaro.
We're talking.
he
I'm
wrecked that
talking
car.
about.
Huh?
It's
Yeah.
totally
It don't
different guy.
matter if it's a different guy. That's the one I'm talking about. That's the Freight Train.
No, that guy's fast.
yeah,
that guy's
call
fast.
him out.
Why? I'll call you out.
All right, let's change the subject.
A lot of beef for her. Yeah. Wait, where's the vegan? Nah, but so after doing the WSX, right?
Yeah.
What made you switch from Chevy to Ford?
So, whenever I opened the shop, one of the customers had just bought a Gen 2 car. I think Steven Turner, he brought it, and I was like, man, this thing's actually fucking nice. Sat in it, looked at it. I said, okay, maybe this is the move.
Smelt the seat.
Yeah. Felt the seat. I said, all right. Went and bought one. And it kind of took off inadvertently because now, for the basic bolt-ons, that's all we do. Headers, cold air intake, tuning. And it kind of worked out because Manuel was working on them.
Dude.
But he didn't want to do headers anymore.
This
So he would
fool
just tell
right
them to
here,
send
right?
me.
With
Here we
those
go. Here we go.
Goddamn headers.
Here we go.
I'll be charging $450 over there. He's charging $250 over here. It's like you fucking up the market right
And
now.
now I charge more because you don't do them.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
He's fucking up the market right now. I said, Brian, charge a little more,
Fucking
bro.
the rotation.
He's like, what? Takes an hour and a half to do them.
Well, you're doing them on the ground. I got to live. Step up your game, bro.
Hey, get this motherfucker. I was on Jack Stands.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I was on Jack Stands. Jack Stands. We weren't even timing ourselves doing it, but yeah, that's the market on doing headers and all that shit. It was crazy. This fool was knocking them in and out. And then the good thing is that, like, I would bring him cars, and dude, Mustang people are fucking ricers. So he'll put the cars on there, and he'll put the mufflers on there so you could hear the tone.
Yeah.
It's like, what tone do you want? This one, this one, this one. So I was like, legit.
Yeah.
Nobody really does that shit.
Yeah.
And
I'm surprised you didn't have like a recording.
Man.
Like, you're like, oh, here goes this.
Nah,
We used
it's
to,
nothing
but there's
like
no
in person,
time,
bro.
bro. There's days you come in here, and there's nowhere to park. Manuel's been here. There's fucking 12, 15 cars, and we're just doing basic, exhaust, basic carving exhaust for the tacuaches or basic whatever. I love my tacuaches. They pay the bills, right? So I can't sit there and make a video of every single truck. On a slower shop where they do 1 to 2 cars a day, and that's fine for them. They can pay their bills that way. I got 4 employees. I got, nice building. Got a dyno. We got all this stuff. I got bills to pay. So my stuff is get it in, get it out, get it done right, and be done. And that's it.
But the in and out stuff pays.
Oh,
it
100%.
pays.
100%.
Like that's where the money's
Bro,
at, right?
when I opened up this place, I had at least 2 or 3 big shop owners say, man, you're lucky that you did the exhaust stuff because the speed shop shit is for the birds. Because here, if we have the stuff, we can get a car out, and we might only make $400 or $500 a car, right? But I'm not sitting on it for 6 months. If Manuel orders a motor and the engine builder hose him, like, what does he do?
Yeah.
He has to sit there and, you know, kiss the customer's ass, hoping that they
Yeah,
don't.
well, this fool,
you know.
he was doing the exhaust here, and Aldo was right back there. Because Aldo moved from whenever he was next to me
Yep.
to here.
Mm.
Kind of after all this,
Yeah.
he started going fast with his Mustang.
Yeah.
So it was way easier for him. He was right here. He was renting him out the spot.
Yep.
And then Mexico Racing League.
Yep.
What's up with that? When'd you buy that?
Mexico Racing League.
You bought the brand?
I bought the brand.
He bought the brand. This motherfucker got money, boy. He might just buy you out.
I know,
bro.
right?
Shit,
He might
what
buy the
you
whole
got?
fucking
Look,
podcast.
Talking about his
Look,
podcast.
There's NDAs and other stuff, but the Mexico Racing League was presented to me. I presented it to other friends that I had
Turn your body.
and said we could do this at it and make money. Declined, didn't do that. I said we can do a shop, we can make money. Declined, didn't happen. I ventured off on my own, opened up the shop, and the Mexico Racing League offer was still there. And again, just like the Trans Am, the guy had it. He's like, man, I want this much, then this much. And whenever it got to a point where it was acceptable, I was like, all right, let's do it. And the Mexico Racing League purchase caused a rift. And I got removed from that other company, you know, and whatever, it's fine now, you know, done deal. Bigger and better things for everybody, right?
Right.
And kind of carried on and just kind of took it to the next level as far as posting on social media, selling merch,
Content and stuff.
things like that. The downsides of it is because now I'm known and attached to it, I can't partake on camera, right? So I'll give you an example,
Please.
okay? On my blue car,
Supposed to say, please.
I called to get a stated value policy, right? Where it says, hey, you know, I have this much money in the car. Anything happens, it gets stolen, it gets wrecked, off the track, of course, right? I need to get X amount of money for it. Cool, no problem, Mr. Luna. We will make that happen for you. A couple hours later, they call back and say, hey, we were doing our due diligence and checking everything, and we noticed you have this company, and we found street racing videos of you.
Oh my God.
We cannot insure you, and we're canceling all your other insurance that you have with us.
What the fuck?
100%.
Was
So
this
who-
from that one racing video that you posted?
From the few that I have out there.
Really?
Where they show me driving, right? So now that kind of changed my whole perspective on it. I don't care about if I go out there and I crash my car, if I get hurt, then I get hurt, right? But I had to look at it from a different perspective of if something happens to somebody's car that we're in filming, doing this or that, it changed stuff. If people want to send videos, I don't pay them for it. I don't encourage them to do it. But if you're going to do it anyway, I'll post it. And, you know, we'll get the little exposure, but you won't see me in a car, in a video, like, I'm doing 160 down
Oh,
I-10.
got you, yeah.
Just because there's liability, you know, so they canceled all my insurance stuff. My wife, you know, has a Explorer. Her shit got canceled too, and it's just like, bro, like she doesn't even race, but because she's on my policy, they stopped that. So I had to go in and I had to clean up all my personal social media. I've cleaned out my friends list. Any street racing stuff I set to friends only. Any YouTube videos, all that stuff, just so I could have insurance on my vehicles.
Damn.
Yeah. And I was blackballed like that for a couple months, and I had to, you know, get different insurance, and finally that passed. And, you know, keep in mind, I didn't have any speeding tickets, no accidents on my record, nothing.
So who's the insurance plug right now?
Insurance plug? I use the Phoenix Insurance out of Dallas. They're like I don't know if they call it like a wholesaler or reseller. You tell them what you have, they'll, you know, get you insurance at the best deal, and they shop it every 6 months. So
Oh, okay, nice.
shout out to Ryan and Steven at the Phoenix Insurance. You're welcome.
yeah.
That free plug. But you know they do the house stuff too. So, you know, they fixed it, they hooked it up. But yeah, I mean that's why I had to kind of change perspectives on it, just because. Not only that, I take usually the same route when I come to work, you know, from my house.
Yeah.
I'm driving the other blue Mustang. It's loud. It's bright blue. It has the stickers. You know, I know most of the cops over here, and the cops are cool to tell you, hey man, we're just letting you know, we know.
Yeah.
We don't care on a personal level, but if they come out and put out a task force or do this or that, this is what they're gonna look for.
Yeah.
And it's you. I was like, it's not me in the car. They're like, well, it might not be you in the car, but we know. So if I put out a video saying I ran a draggy of 7 seconds, blah, 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 it's not gonna have a video of me. Whoever's driving it on the street, I don't know who, you know, what remote control car or what video game they're playing. But that's why, you know, if you go in and you see those, like, it's very hard to find.
Yeah.
And it's different, right? And, you know, whenever I base my livelihood, my business on it, it makes you think. And it's just, you know, I got kids, I got a wife, you know, and I'm not even so much worried about the safety of my stuff, but just what happens after.
Right.
You know, if I go out, let's say I'm street racing this car, and I take out a family of 4 going to church or whatever. Oh, well, he has a business. Their family's going to cash in, you know, and then what's left? And that's the shitty part. You know, that's the shitty part of being known. And I think a lot of these YouTubers, social media people, they know, but they just hope that it never happens to them.
Yeah.
Because whenever it does happen to them, then that's when you'll hear about it, and it's all of a sudden a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't believe State Farm or, you know, Geico dropped me. This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, you got all these videos of you street racing, cutting in and out of traffic, acting a fool, or sideshows, you know, shit like that.
What did you acquire the business? Because I'm sure there's people out there that they think that you developed maybe the logo or like sombrero hat.
So the business, I think it was mid 2016. It got offered to me maybe 2015, and I didn't have the money. Like I mentioned, I offered it to some friends. They said no. So I said, okay, cool. So I have a partner here at Aces and Mexico Racing League, and super chill guy. It's Rolando. He has the other Aces off of Edgebrook, and I mentioned it to him, and he's like, yeah, let's do it. And you know, all it took was one person to believe in it, and you know, to believe me, and you know, I'll always be grateful because I had a little bit and he had the rest. And that's just what it needed. So, you know, I'll tell everybody, I'll praise him, you know, to the day I'm dead. No matter if I ever get mad at him, no matter if whatever happened, to be like, hey, you helped me. I'm on a better path now. And that's good. And so he started Aces over there off of 45 in Edgebrook.
Yeah.
And, you know, I told him, hey, man, I'm looking to do something. I'm looking to change career paths, but I want to do it a little different. What do you think? And he was skeptical at first. Most people are. Once you start telling them, hey, let's do this, you can sit and talk plans with friends and with people for years, right? But when it comes to put the money on the table,
hell yeah.
9 out of 10 people are not going to pony up. They believe in you until they have to invest in you.
Yeah.
And, you know, he was the one that said, you know what, let's do it. I think this is interesting. I think you can make it happen. And it has. And, you know, we've implemented stuff here at this location first that we've rolled out to the other stores. There's 4 Aces, and it's kind of just worked out, you know, with the wholesale market, bigger brands, different things, tuning that we do here. So, you know, it just really, you know, added a different level to it, and, you know, the numbers reflect that. So
like I mentioned before, Aces Performance Exhaust. So y'all
there's
co-own?
4. No, this is my store.
Okay, so this is like your personal store.
Yeah, this is my store, and
okay.
he has his stores, and, you know, and that's it. But he gave me the chance and said, hey, let's, you know, go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, that's badass.
And it just worked out. You know, the other store, one is his cousin and one is his brother.
Oh,
I was just a good friend. And now you get people who are like, hey, man, give me a store. Give me a store. Let's do a store. And it's
franchise.
like, nah.
Yeah.
It's like, nah. Because it's like, it's a muffler shop, but we try to be a nice muffler shop. You know, I try to keep it decent in here. I try to keep the office nice. Try to keep the restroom decent. You know, I remember, you know, you go to hole-in-the-wall places and you're like, dude, I don't want my wife or my mom to sit here. Like, do they feel comfortable?
Yeah,
No, so we try to have good lighting, a decent little TV, and at least toilet paper and soap in the bathroom. It's minimal standards, but we try to at least keep up with it.
I'm sure all the tacuaches know about the Aces Performance.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, we get a lot of customers
all
that
of
are
them,
from you know, they do the exhaust. They know the exhaust shop, but they also know MRL.
Yeah.
And it just, you know, worked out that way. It's a good mix. You know, we get people that come in here, they'll buy shirts, they'll buy stickers, and it just kind of, oh, I didn't know that y'all did the exhaust here too, and then we'll start doing their exhaust too. So.
And then so like what's the future for Mexico Racing League? Because I know on YouTube you used to post a lot,
Right.
and then you slow down a
Well,
lot.
I had to, whenever all the insurance stuff happened, I had to rethink. So I had to literally go back through the videos that we made and the videos that the previous owner made and adjust. The videos that I was even featured in as a regular racer, I had to adjust. And that's kind of like my perspective changed on it. And, you know, and I said, well, look, I'm all for having fun, but if it affects the money too much, you know, I gotta make a shift. So we have YouTube videos that we haven't even released. We have a bunch of stuff that we filmed, but I mean, I'm sure you understand. I'm sure Manuel understands. Having an editor, having somebody here to actually piece it together, it's difficult. You know, if people who film their own stuff and edit their own stuff, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Like you are a bad mofo to not only create the interesting content, but to actually chop it up and
Yep.
make it worth watching. Like that's a whole
Most-
unspoken level of art. Because I
Most
can't
of
do
the
that shit.
interesting ones though are people that are just doing their own shit.
Yeah, no, and they do it with
it's
their phones.
running a whole damn business
Right,
doing
and-
YouTube. Like,
Yeah,
that's-
and that's always been my excuse, right, or my reasoning. It's just I already have a business. I have 2 businesses that are established. We make money. My family eats off of it. I don't need to be a YouTuber to make it.
Yeah.
And then like yes, there's people who message all the time like, hey, are you gonna put out some content? You're gonna do this or do that? It's like, dude, I wish I could sit there and pump video out for you guys, but until those numbers take over what I'm doing here,
Yeah.
I can't. And that's just what it is. Because why would I cut my own legs off? If I'm making money here, why would I focus on something that's making less? It
Right.
has the potential to make more. Don't get me wrong, but it's hard to balance everything. So
you get about a little 20,000 a month right now. Ain't nothing.
Right.
He's
Yeah,
trying to get to the 100.
So
but
you're-
after this episode right here,
maybe we're almost at 100. I think we're almost at 100.
See?
But I've had a couple media guys come and go and
100.
creative
I'm gonna
differences.
start working.
I've had people who offered it like, hey, shoot the videos and then Dropbox them to me and I'll edit it. And I was like, dude, it's different because you're not there.
Oh, so it's
you
just
don't-
a 6, right? He
yeah,
was doing
I used Gavin's service for a little bit whenever he had that, and that's how I met one of my editors. I would upload the stuff, and I would pay them, $1,200 a month or $2,000 a month or whatever, and they would do it, and the editing was on point, but the story would be kind of different because I'm here and I'm looking at it from my POV. So I understand the inside jokes. I understand the memes that need to be inserted, the music, the sound effects, everything. But to have somebody who wasn't there and they're watching 3 or 4 hours of raw, unedited footage with dead air, with fucking background noise, with everything, it's tough because they're not going to understand the same story. They don't know what led to all those conversations. So one of the guys, he did come on board and he worked for me for a year and a half, 2 years, and he was great. He probably put out some of the best bangers, quality-wise, the color grading, all that stuff. And, things happened and no hard feelings, and, he moved on and we moved on. And I had another guy who came in and he did it, and he understood cars a little bit more, but his editing wasn't, as nice. And I was fine with it because at that point I was like, you know what? As long as we're putting something out, good content will beat good editing all day. Because if you're boring, right, and you could have the best transitions, the best lighting, do this or that, but if it's not good, nobody's
Yeah.
gonna watch. So that kind of worked out for a little bit, and again, life happens, people move on, and if there's any editors local to Houston want a job, hit me up. I'll probably hire you.
Boom.
Just to give you a shot.
Simple as that.
Yeah, somebody asked today, hey, when are you going to bring the videos back? I said, look, I have a job listing that I am going to post, but anytime you post one, you get 200 people. Oh, well, they want $50 an hour. They want this or that. It's like, dude, show me that you're worth that, and I'll give you a cut. I'll give you a cut of the merch sales. I'll give you a cut of the view sales. I don't use it to eat right now. So whatever we make, it's extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the future for the brand?
The future for the brand, this year the goal is to get the car back up and running after the accident, which it's coming along, and we're making fast progress for it. It only have happened 2 weeks ago. I actually sponsored the Ennis track. So if you go to Ennis, Texas Motorplex, we have a nice little billboard over there, and the plan is to do more of those events now. Since Texas 2K is going to be over there, Streetcar Takeover,
You got money.
a lot of other local events, and that's the plan, to continue to grow the channel, sell more merch, and to go to these events and compete. Not only compete, but try to win.
You got
couple
a
of
big
these
sign
things.
over there or what?
Yeah, I got a big sign.
It's pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we've been putting together.
Behind the bleachers, right?
The first one. So
Yeah.
if you're in the right lane, in the burnout box, you'll see the.
Dean, if you're watching
billboard.
this, I'm gonna sponsor you, Dean.
Yeah. You get a nice
Dean.
little banner, 3x5 banner. Let me know send me your logo. I'll print it for you, man. I'll get it made.
Put it on the what's it called?
Yeah, on the
side.
little wall right there.
Yeah, on the wall.
Damn.
But and that's the goal. My whole thing has always been, I want to travel, I want to race, I want to do these things, but the business needs to get to a point where it can stand without me.
Yeah.
If it can
Self-sustain.
function without
Yeah.
me and without Richard, we'll travel the country and we'll race and
Richard,
we'll
you
do all
gonna
this
chill
other
here while
things.
we go race or what?
No,
He said, "I'm
he's
going
going.
with you."
Richard is my right hand man in the business operations here, the day to day operations. If I ever need to do anything, I say, here, don't burn the place down, and he hasn't. So he does good. So I have no complaints about that. But I need to be able to take him with me, and because Aldo is always there too, but there's going to be times when in his life, like, hey, he has his own business, he has his own thing, where he's not always able to make it.
Yeah.
And the Blue 2017 is at a point where we're doing 200 miles per hour. You know, we're doing 160 plus in the eighth mile, 200 miles per hour in the quarter mile. It's not a hey, have one
He's
one person
fast.
there and that's it. Like, I'm
He's
sorry.
good.
He's fucking good.
Like, I'm not telling you like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm telling you what we've already done.
Yeah.
You know, everybody else can chase it, and we've had people, oh, well, we're gonna go sixes, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Bigger turbos, lighter cars, aftermarket computer. Where's their 6-second pass?
Damn.
Non-existent.
Ooh,
That boy's
shit.
hitting.
So
he's hitting
I'm not
me
gonna
right
tell
now.
you what I'm gonna do. I'm telling you what I've already done.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it. And no, I respect everybody out there trying. It's cool. The difference is, you know, I did it.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're only gonna go faster. And, you know, we went sixes before the Lunds went sixes with their car. And, you know, they're great people. You know, we were chasing it at the same time, but they're my tuners. Like, hey, and they helped us. You know, they've been chill all along the way. They could have held us back.
Yeah.
But they didn't. You know, they said, hey, fuck it. If we
That's
can learn
true.
anything from your car, we can apply it to our car. We can apply it to the builds manual does and everybody, right? And that's
Hey,
usually how it works out.
I'm not in that level yet. Bro.
Oh,
I'm
here we
chilling
go.
right now.
I'm sure
fucking
after
with
this video,
truck.
you'll get a customer that'll fund it, so you'll
I'm
be
right.
good.
He's on the truck. He's on the truck game.
Yeah, he's
right
on the
now,
truck
right?
game.
Trucks right now.
We can do trucks too, you know.
Right.
Hey, this ain't my podcast, but I got
Oh,
a
okay.
Fox body.
Fox body.
I don't give a fuck who pulls up next to me, boy.
I'm
Let's
telling you.
go. We're at. Drop the pin.
I tried to buy
Hey,
that
drop
car. He
the-
won't sell it to me. I said I want that green one. He's like, no, I got this one. I said that one's not even
I'm trying to
painted.
skip the sixes, my boy.
Oh damn.
Okay.
On the
I'm
street.
Going for the five.
You going for the fives? Shit.
See me out there, manual 588, baby.
You doing a bracket racing or what you doing?
Yeah,
The
I don't-
580 class?
You're talking about eighth mile, right?
Oh yeah, eighth mile.
Eighth mile, eighth mile. Yeah. Right. Eighth mile. Yeah.
2 notchbacks and then 1 hatchback.
Yes.
Yeah, the notchbacks are fucking sick.
Talking about I have money. Look at all he has.
All right.
No, it's rollers.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
They're funded by Frank and Peter.
Oh, here we go. Juan and Paul.
Yeah.
So talk about like the truck. I know I seen your truck. You had the first F-150. Was that it? First in the world, first in Texas, first in Houston to
In the world,
to hit
Craig.
eights.
In the world.
Ooh.
On that one, the whole truck.
The
stuff
truck scene
wa-
wasn't even that popping for the F-150s.
No,
whenever
so-
But
we
you did in
all that
2019, right?
Yeah, I did it in 2019. So Manuel had Jack's truck, and he had that one going, and they did a on 3 kit on it.
crap. No, it was Whipple.
It was Whippled first. No,
then
it was
you did-
Roush. It was Roush if you want to go far back.
But
And,
I took that shit off.
Yeah,
it
you
was
took-
Whipple.
Yeah.
And then he was the one that did turbo.
Yep.
And then we went on 3 turbos, and they're both kind of running at the same time. I got a story about
Oh,
this one.
I'll tell you the story.
Tell him.
I only hold Manuel like twice. So let me tell the story.
No, say it how you
So
say it.
I'm-
I've only held about 2-3 people in my whole
That's your
life.
line,
Say
bro.
it.
I have a screenshot. Manuel says on my podcast, if you go watch it, Manuel says, I'm not a bad person. I've only hoed 2 or 3 people my whole life. And I'm pretty sure those 2 or 3 people aren't happy still. So with the F-150,
So who was first? You were.
It was first at the same time. We were fucking with each other.
Jack,
Okay.
Jack had it,
It don't
and it
matter,
was
yeah.
the nicest Lightning replica you would find. It was fucking bright red, beautiful truck.
Yeah.
And, you know, Manuel put a Whipple on it and made it go fast.
We went 920s.
It went 920.
And then we both went turbo on the trucks at the same time. But it was a drive shaft away on who was going to go 8s.
So
first.
I had just broken my drive shaft the week before. Jack's trucks had broken a drive shaft as well. So Jack was nice enough to find us 2 spare drive shafts, right? I see that they've already broken. We're at the track. He breaks the drive shaft.
Yeah.
I have the spare one in my truck. I said, you know what? And
No, but it wasn't like that.
Yes, it was.
You went out, you broke your drive shaft.
Yes.
Right?
And then you guys.
And then
the
we
spare-
put the extra that we had
On the truck.
for us
Yeah.
to go 8s, right? We put it in his truck, the spare one.
Yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
I had one more in the truck. So we go up there to run it, and it breaks the drive shaft. I turn around, and I see fucking Brian just leaving the track. I said, this motherfucker.
They weren't.
left us there.
They weren't going 8s that day. I'm telling you that right now.
You really wanted that number
No,
one spot.
and
No, it wasn't even about that. But
And
yeah,
then,
I mean, it's a good
and then
story.
he goes back a week later and runs 8s.
So
That was that.
el que no tranza no avanza. No, but you know that happened, and we put a drive shaft in the truck, and I went 8s, and then they went back, and I don't know if that truck went 8s with that engine. I know it went once y'all put
It went
built motor-
850s, yeah.
Yeah, once they actually put built motors in it, they were going 8s too.
Yeah.
So I mean, but yeah, for all marketing and intents and purposes, and my sign over there is legit. I went 8s first, and I don't know if has anybody gone 8s in a true stock motor? Because all we had in that truck,
Yeah.
I think was oil pump gears. But years later, people have done it.
I went 870s and 880s
Yeah.
in 2. One
Yeah.
in the 4-wheel drive, and then that shit's. It's
Now
simple
it's
as
easy.
fuck.
It's easy. Now we know.
Yeah.
The sauce.
We haven't been 7s yet.
I thought there was a video of Gator going 7.
No. We haven't been 7s
Okay.
to the world here in the
So
Pasadena.
is that
world.
one I got to beat too, or
Yes.
Okay.
If
so
you go
want the-
7s and you post it, you're the first one in the 7s.
if I post it, but you already did it, you just haven't
No,
posted it.
I haven't posted it. I haven't
Oh,
gone.
see,
he got it, man.
that's why
But
I
yeah.
love Manuel. Manuel he's an asshole, but he's a good guy. Yeah. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. He will give you the shirt off of his back and tell you to go
Or
fuck
the
yourself.
drive shaft out of the back of the truck.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, and that's what it is, So
Yeah, he went
and he's-
8s, and then I don't know. He
So-
was driving it for a little bit.
No, he moved it around a little bit, but I went 8.9 at 154 with it, and COVID happened, and I was looking to buy a house, so I moved some stuff around, and I had to drive that truck as a daily, so I wasn't trying to break it.
Yeah.
We knew that we can go faster, but it's on a stock engine. Back then, the transmissions only had clutches. There wasn't too many options. So they worked. They still work, right? But it's just I didn't want to keep doing it because I knew I needed that truck. I used to live in Crosby, so I used to drive 45 minutes an hour here each way. 'Cause, man, I can't have no fucking broken transmission, broken engine in this daily. Now I live 10, 15 minutes away. It's not a big deal.
I think after those two, really the 4x4s with
Yeah.
my white truck that I had, little baby.
Yeah.
I think the 4x4 started to shoot up. And
Taking
the
off,
2-wheel
yeah.
drives were just like
The
there was only a
two-wheel drive
couple of-
value went down so fucking fast
Yeah.
as soon as he started posting videos of Little Baby
Yeah.
and then Gator
Yeah.
and then all these
All
other
the
trucks
four-wheel
now. It's
drive
like,
shit.
bro, because now people are like, oh, I don't even need.
Yeah.
I can do basic suspension if at all. Just lower it and fucking. And you're just going, oh look, I ran 8s.
We all
everywhere.
slept. We all slept on the
Yep.
2018 through 2020s 4-wheel drives. Everybody
Yeah.
slept, and then they slept on the 21, 23s right now. They slept on them, and now they're sleeping on the 24s because it comes out. They come out and they're not tunable. It could be 1 year, 2 years. People don't order them.
Yep.
So in the 2 years, then the 26 comes out and it's gonna be hard. But everybody wants the latest shit. So it's like if you want an F-150, go and order yourself a 24 because when they do release the tuning, you're gonna be, come over here and get yourself some headers.
Yeah.
The headers, have you done a 24 headers yet?
A 24, I don't think I have. That's the one with the
But it should
different
be the
headlights,
same
right?
shit.
It should be the
Velocity
same shit.
has them, right?
What?
Yeah, you can do
Velocity
the
has a
velocity
header?
headers,
Headers,
you can
yeah.
do 2M, you can do Cook,
Yeah.
you can do whatever
Just
you
do
want.
Shout out
Headers.
velocity. Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
headers,
the
little
velocity and the
exhaust,
tuning.
Turn your
and
body.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm trying to talk to you.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
headers, a little exhaust, and stay there.
Yeah.
And then whenever something comes out, you already have the truck.
I ain't gonna
'Cause,
lie,
dude,
the-
the prices on those trucks are fucked.
So I
mean?
think
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You ruined
They're
that
expensive.
because whenever
Shit, I ruined the
said you
10-speed
ruined
shit.
that
that's what I'm
shit.
saying. But
Yeah,
you
I'm
ruined
telling
it
you.
because whenever I bought my white one, it was a base model truck. They were asking 37. I think I got it for 35. Now you can't even get the XL for that. They want 45 to 50K
But that's
for
just
fucking
Ford.
rubber floors.
That's just Ford.
No, but I'm saying because
No,
the price went up, right?
Yeah.
And it's
No,
like
wait,
the
wait,
prices.
They got the 12-inch screen though.
Yeah, they got the 12-inch screen.
Yeah, no, the 24s are nice.
Yeah.
but
Hey, that fucking's like sick.
all the prices on that shit, dude, it's crazy. I've sold trucks, built motors, 10 speeds for 100 G's.
Yeah.
And I have people message me every day like, "Hey, do you have a truck for sale? Hey, do you have a 10-speed car for sale?" All that market's fucked. Like it's
Right.
expensive, dude.
Yeah.
But that's the market now where people are slowly leaving the LS and LT world, and they're like, "Hey, fuck it, I'll just buy a 4-wheel drive truck. I don't have to drive around on drag radials. I'll just do this, and
Yeah.
I can run a mid-9 on a hard tire anywhere."
Nothing.
Yeah.
And with the Whipple and
What does this
E85.
truck run? This black one.
The Shelby's been 10.9 full weight. It's almost 6,000 pounds with
Yeah.
my car seats, everything in it.
It's got an old Whipple.
Yeah, it has
Gen
an old
4
Whipple. It's a
Whipple.
2.9. Yeah. But,
Fuel
you know,
system, injectors, headers.
Yeah, we did fuel system, injectors, headers,
That's
Aces
it.
Performance exhaust, Corsas, and then the Lund tune.
Oh, you big ass.
Yeah, you're gonna sponsor my 10R for it because I think it's already unhappy. It's
Ooh,
winding
damn.
it. or I'm the
been
wrong
acting
shade.
up.
I'm not Cletus.
He's been acting.
But yeah, no, that shit's crazy. Though.
I mean, and it's
then
just-
now he's gonna go. I've had 6R80 shit, but this fool has. Did you do a 4R200 on that
No,
one?
this one has. This is the transmission. All the internals are the transmission from that you built me when I went sevens in the blue car.
Oh, okay.
So all we did was swap
But it's
everything.
6R80.
over to it. It's a 6R80, and the reason I did the 6R80 is because they have hard parts available.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? If the Lund can go sixes, I should be able to go at least high sevens, low eights in this truck.
So that's your goal in that truck, sevens. No, that all that record shit was, dude, it was fun.
And all this is
back
tuned
then.
by Lund, right?
Yeah,
all the
Lund's
Ford
all
stock computer stuff
Okay.
is Lund. If
Yeah.
you have a stock computer and you're tuned by anybody else, you're leaving a lot on the table. Not only, I wouldn't even say power wise. To me, it's just a drivability. I have customers that bring their cars, whether they're NA cars, they're supercharged, whether they're turbos, whatever, and just moving them from that parking spot onto this lift, I can tell you who they're tuned by, because they're clunky, they don't idle right, they have different things going on with them, and it's just like, dude, why are you not tuned by Lund? And there's other capable tuners. Rob Shoemaker is a very capable tuner. You know, that's probably the only other one that I'm going to give props to.
I was gonna say there's a list coming,
the
but-
rest is just like all the guys at Lund have it down. The best thing is the drivability, dude. I daily drive this Shelby truck, 800 horsepower to the wheels on E85. You wouldn't know that it makes that because it just drives so smooth. I take my kids to it, to daycare in it every day. It just drives so smooth. But you
Yeah.
get on it, it runs good, it idles good, it shifts. I mean, what else do you want?
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to beat. But you know, if a car comes here and it's like wanting to turn off or it's laggy or something like that, it's like, dude, why? You know, I stopped pulling in cars for that reason. I was like, I'm not driving this shit.
Yeah. So right now, who are the top 4 tuners?
The top 4 tuners, it's Lund.
Yeah.
It's Lund. It's John Lund Jr., John Lund Sr., and everybody else. That's it. Manuel won't say it because
Lund's my boy.
he deals with he might deal with other people too, but
No, I
to
don't.
me,
I don't get.
I
tuned
might-
by it. Here in town, all motors tuned. Like, dude, fast tunes, all motor, Sergio.
Okay. Gotcha.
But all my shit is Lund.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then all the fuel tech shit is a dude in Canada,
Yeah.
Dylan Merkel.
Yeah.
so
But
and that's my mindset, because when it comes to the Ford tuning, the Lunds have been so good to me and so nice to me. They always help. It's like, it's almost like a loyalty thing to me. And I don't have any desire to go anywhere else when it comes to the factory computer stuff. Now, if one day we ever move over to a Fuel Tech, a Holley, a Motec, or whatever it might be, and they don't service it, then yeah, it's at that point it's no hard feelings. But
Right.
OEM computer, John Jr. and his team are going to tune it, and that's just what it is. You know, we've had other people who offer us, hey, you know, I'll give you a deal, you can do this and do that. It's like, dude, unless the customer is adamant and specifically requests you, I'm not gonna sell it. You know, and if they want to rent the dyno and do a couple pulls after they put their tune on, I'll do that. But I'm not gonna sit here and sell other people's stuff. Few and far between.
Yeah.
That's just the way I operate. And maybe it's the fault. I leave money on the table like that, but it's just what it is.
yeah, money when you leave money on the table.
Right.
Like
I
that.
just
So let me ask you this: what makes the Coyote motor superior? I mean,
Superior over what, my boy?
Look,
the,
yeah,
the
look,
superior over LS because
so-
you went from the LS,
Yeah.
and then you went to Coyote.
So I went to the Coyote stuff because that's my customer base. It got to a point where these 4th gen Camaros and Trans Am would show up, and I want to hide because they're on their 15th owner right now. All the bolts are cross-threaded.
Oh,
the cars
okay.
are rough.
You want to fuck with the new shit.
There's
you know?
few good ones out there. I have some customers that they bring them in, and they're nice cars. We will tune them. Richard will tune it because we know that they're nice. We know that the wires aren't brittle and they're falling apart. You know, we've
Yeah.
seen all sorts of horror stories on that. And the 5th gen Camaros are getting there too now, just because they've been out so long, right? To 2011, we're in 2024. I mean, there's whatever that is, 12, 13 years. They're past their prime. You know, that yes, they can make power. Yes, there's those ones that are nice and well maintained, but the majority of them, they're not there. And you know, why am I going to make my life harder to make the same $400? Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So
You still tune? Like, if somebody calls you, hey, I need a tune, you still do that?
for Lund or for
Lund?
Yeah,
Oh, you do?
100%.
Because I be sending them. But I
No,
don't
we
have
get
any call-
people all the time. Oh, Manuel doesn't want to do it, or he said he's busy, and they send it to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
we get them all the time. Yeah, it happens today. We get people the way that I guess like the Google algorithm set up. They call here thinking that it's like Lund Racing. I have to tell them, no, we're not Lund Racing.
Yeah.
we tune for
Remotely,
Lund. We
yeah.
help we'll do it remotely for Lund. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If you have questions or you're gonna ask me 45 different things, then you can email them. I'll answer for a
That's
little bit.
just like now. I mean, I don't know what you charge, but I don't think there's enough money in that shit for me to like sit there and
Yeah.
do all that bullshit.
My thing is
like his dyno, he has a dyno and he
Yeah,
has it
I've
on the
seen it.
floor and pull up whatever. Like my shit, I have to. The AC needs to fucking be shut off, and you have to go up on the lift and all that crap. It's
Oh, it's on the lift dyno?
yeah,
So
it's
you're-
super annoying. So
Yeah.
that's why all the people that be calling, like, hey, you need an exhaust, you need this, Aces. Talk to Brian. And I didn't even know that he still did it. but
no,
I guess
and
he
it
does.
makes a difference. I mean, I appreciate it, and
I
I tell
ain't
people
sending
all
that
the time.
work over here, man.
I mean, if he doesn't
Damn.
want them, I'll take them.
Say it again?
He's sending that work over
Oh,
here.
dude, I send work all over, my boy.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't take shit in anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just because
he
I'm
has
trying
enough,
to
he
let
has
it be
enough
stressful.
money.
Yeah,
he has
yeah,
enough money that he
yeah.
doesn't need everything. You know, I'll take the crumbs. I'll take
Yeah,
whatever.
no.
You know, I'm good with it.
I'm trying to be less
So,
stressed. That's it.
Yeah.
Nah,
So-
but dude, Lund's tuned a lot of shit
Yeah.
Yeah.
for us, for everybody here, pretty much. Because
And the thing is, they tune so much that it's hard to say, right? Like they have knowledge
yeah.
on.
Appreciate it.
This podcast is brought to you by Monster Rehab.
Right.
Unleash the Beast. You're welcome.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. So you hear that? Look, that's probably Russell making a hit right there. Did they have a hood?
that was an old school shit.
Yeah.
It's a Mustang.
That was a
Mustang.
Camaro too.
So they tune so many just by volume.
But you would buy an LT, or like a new Camaro.
I
the
would
01.
buy. I think I bought an LT today. I think I bought a
You
Denali
think you
truck.
bought one?
It's a touchy subject, but yeah, I got. It's a 6.2 Denali truck
Yeah.
that I got on a good deal. I would buy it. I mean, I don't have an issue with GM products. I mean,
But it's not to make no fucking crazy power
no,
like
dude.
the
There's
Coyotes.
look, bro. We're in Pasadena. Throw a rock, and there's fucking 8 GM shops here.
Yeah.
You know, you can go buy parts from Russell's. You can go buy parts from compas over here at Spikes. You can buy parts at KHP. You can go to Elvis. You can go anywhere that I just name dropped,
Yeah.
and they have parts.
Yep.
And it's just like, why do I want to compete with that?
Yeah.
You know, go to Pasadena Speed. Go wherever you want. They all do GM stuff. Like if you thought that the Ford, like if I was undercutting manual on the Ford stuff, these shops will fucking take 50
They'll
bucks
suck
off.
your dick for fucking
Yeah, to
doing
get
your
the job.
headers.
To get the job.
Real
Oh, we're gonna
quick,
use that sound
let
clip.
me
Go ahead
do
and
your
save
header.
that right here. Yeah.
We work on Fords. We work on Fords now. Let me
and-
do your Whipple.
Yeah, and then and all these other places now they're wanting to do it because they're seeing that the GM
Hey, edit
market
that out.
is nah.
hell no, I ain't
we're
editing
leaving
that
in.
shit
Go
out.
ahead and send that to me. You can keep my 5,000 and just send me that clip. So, what it's
If
so
you know, you know.
saturated. It's so saturated. You know, you can go to any one of these places. What do they have? Texas Speed Cam Kit, BTR Cam Kit, and that's it. And then these dudes will knock $5 off just to get the sale over
Yeah.
their neighbor that they're trying to fuck. And to me,
Like
it's
compadres.
like, yeah, and like I'm not interested in that. It's y'all can race to the bottom. It ain't
Race to the
interesting.
bottom.
That's what it is. It's a
Yeah,
race to the
yeah,
bottom.
yeah.
Oh well, this guy calls around. He'll get 8 quotes from a 10-mile radius here, and it's just like I'm gonna go with the guy who gave me the best deal. And usually those people are the ones that the biggest headaches.
Right. So earlier you mentioned that the Coyote, you were pretty much not struggling, but it was a hard time going, what, 8s or 7s?
The toughest battle that we've had, yeah, we struggled to go 7s, right? 8s took a little bit. 7s were difficult.
Why?
We were confident in giving the boost, pretty much. That's all it really was.
We didn't know.
Or
at the
fucking up
time.
parts.
And keep in mind, now everybody can say, "Oh, we do that easy," blah 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 blah. But whenever we were doing it, it was unknown.
Nobody. Yeah.
Nobody was doing it. Whenever Manuel went 8s with Jesus' car the first time, nobody else could make a
Like at
10-hour
that-
shift for 3 years.
What was that?
For 3 years, bro. They would, you would hear them
yeah, it was
flare.
2018. Like back then, you did a record, like you go 890s, and dude, everybody's like, damn, this fool just fucking went 890s. That was fast. Now you can go, you get a 6 or 8 and you go 7s.
Yep.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
shit's
that's just
done.
what it is.
Yeah.
But what people forget is when those cars first came out, nobody else but Lund could get them to shift.
Yeah.
For 2.5, 3 years.
was
Once
a
they
fruit-
got a stolen file, they figured it out and knew what to copy.
There was a Fruit Loop here in town that he would always talk shit about, like how fast he was and all this.
What's his name?
A Fruit Loop.
Okay, for a loop.
Yeah, three letters was his. Everybody with 3 letters is usually the ones that ain't worth the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, look
That's
at
why mine
these-
has like 4.
Huh?
That's why ours has 4.
Yeah, but yeah, he disappeared now, but
Yeah.
that was one of the ones that we would argue with a lot back then.
Oh, that Fruit Loop. I think
Huh?
they're doing off-road stuff now. Photo Extreme.
You didn't know who it was?
I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that all happened.
You gotta have competition though, to
So, speaking to competition, let me tell you something. And this is probably going to upset some people. So, if you don't want to leave it in, you don't have to leave
Go
it
ahead.
in.
Go ahead.
So, a lot of these shops
Say
that
it with your
are
chest.
that are fighting with each other or the drama behind the scenes, they're compas. But they duke it out. They say, "Hey, talk shit to this customer, go out there, beat him."
Who?
So then this customer can spend more money. No, I'm not saying Manuel did it.
No, but say who?
Look, I'll just give you an example. Back in my day,
No,
on
not
everyone
that.
said,
Talk about today.
On-
Who do you want to call out?
I'm not
that-
calling out anybody.
No,
of
no,
that
no, no,
specifically.
no.
See,
You
I'm not going
gotta-
to talk about it. You're going to put me on the spot. I'm not going to talk about it. We'll just leave it like that.
Ah.
So, but I'm just letting you know what happens behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That those shops, they're competitors, right, on Facebook, but they're friends.
All that
And
shit's
it-
really dead right now, though.
Bro,
who are you
but I'm
talking
saying,
about?
But I'm saying, if me and Manuel, right, let's
He's
say
talking about me.
we're gonna have, let's say me and Manuel have some fake beef, right? Let's say me and Manuel have fake beef. Richard has a truck. One of Manuel's beats Richard's. One of Manuel's customers
I'ma
beats
fuck
Richard,
Richard
right?
up. What
right?
you mean?
He beats
Richard
him.
does some shit like
What's
this.
Richard gonna do? He's gonna come over here, drop more money, right? Knowing that it benefits me. So me on the backside, I'm like, dude, keep doing that shit. Keep fucking talking. You know, keep pushing.
That was
it.
a lot of it back then.
And that's what it is. But you wouldn't expect it because you're like, oh, it's a pride thing. These shops, they're in it to make money, and they love the grudge stuff because all it does is just pump more money in and pump more money out.
But that's been going on for the longest though. Like even the tuners, for example, like when Flacco was tuning like a lot of people's trucks, like that would happen. Like, oh, that dude beat me, so let me go get tuned by that guy that just beat me. You know what I mean?
To an
Like,
extent, but I'm talking about like big builds. Like whenever you start
Oh.
talking about like spending $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 just because, oh, well, this dude has this engine and this turbo kit, I need that one now. And then, you know, they buy it through the shop and so on and so forth. So, I mean, it's kind of, you know, you at that, a lot of those people were playing a rigged game and they didn't even know that they were playing a rigged game. So,
I wish we knew who you were talking about.
yeah, they know.
Oh, okay. Right?
So,
Who?
I said I wish we knew who he was talking about.
I don't know who he's talking about.
I know, me neither.
Keep in mind, this isn't a hobby. This
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
a job for me. This is a career. So,
yeah.
you know,
I had one customer, well, Vic, he just wanted to be the fastest S550. And I had him sitting, you know, like I said, this is on my podcast, but I had him sitting on the lift for shit a whole year.
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, all right. We went 750s with the 6R80 because I did do that. I did do a lot of
Vic's
record
car?
shit, and we were, huh?
Vix?
No, Darren's car.
Oh, Darren's
Darren's
car,
car went
okay.
750s. That's when he had the 6R record.
Right.
And then I had Vic's car, and we said, okay, we'll put a power glide, and we should go faster. And for some reason, I got lucky that time because that shit's back then I didn't know shit about power glides. Like this fool didn't know shit about power glides. Like we didn't really know gears, converters, all
We're
that
still
bullshit.
learning, apparently.
Huh?
I said, we're still learning.
yeah. And then I put that car together, and we went out to the track. We went 740s, 730s, 720s. I was like, fuck, we got the record.
Yep.
I think like 2 weeks after, he sold the car. 95 G's. Shit,
Damn.
he's like, hey, I got offered 95 grand. Should I sell it? I said, fuck yeah, you should sell that shit. Sell that motherfucker.
So then, that car has an interesting story, right? That guy who bought it, sold it, and then the guy who bought it after that, it got stolen, right?
No.
Isn't that the same
that-
car?
No, that's not the same car.
That's not the same car? They're
That's
the same color.
other dude that they were posting. No, that's not the car.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad.
The
They're the
guy,
same color.
whenever Vic sold it, he sold it to a dude in Virginia.
Right.
That guy thought that he was gonna get the car and go and knock off all these people.
Oh,
but
damn.
that's when like everybody knew how fast
Yeah.
Mustangs were, especially one that has a power glide in it. So
You're not hustling anymore.
oh no, I posted the fucking time slip.
Yeah.
It went 460s.
Right.
Right. So I posted the time slip. This fool wrapped it all black, put a Batman wrap down the middle of it, and he thought he was nothing, dude. He ended up selling it to some dude in Vegas, and then that car just like it's still around. I think they were selling it to some shit. You're talking about the Connor kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
that's
it was
not
the same car, the same color.
No,
My bad. That's fake,
That
fake drama.
He did like a cop. I mean, you can't really do much shit, dude. Like everybody was,
So he was trying to grudge the car. That's why he wrapped it.
yeah, to try to change it.
Yeah.
But he did like dude, everybody like now the basic bullshit on this is turbo kit, fuel system, B-locks, brakes, and
You're in the
that-
sevens. Congratulations.
Yeah, you
Is that
gotta,
like,
well,
copy
not with
and
the 10
paste?
speed. 10 speed is hard. Still hard to do sevens.
Right.
Like you have to be smart on doing
Right.
all that crap. You can't just go out there and fucking run sevens. 680, yes, you could do it a lot easier
Why is that though on the 680?
because the clutches are smaller on the 10Rs. They get more heat,
Yeah.
so it's not as easy. You have to have the right gears, the right converter,
the right tune.
and the fucking line. The stars have to align.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think for me it would be.
Like almost like a perfect setup.
Yeah,
Like you can have all
680
the
is way
best shit on
easier.
it, and the stars still have to align for it to work
Yeah,
with that setup.
yeah. It won't. You can't go no fucking rounds running sevens with the 10R. Nope.
Yeah. So let me
850s, 830s,
All day.
all day.
Yeah.
on your car.
But at that point where he's at right now, like at the level that this fool's at, for him to go
Ay, mama me.
690s,
Crazy.
right? For him to go 690s to 650s, that's a lot of fucking power.
Yeah.
A lot of weight, a lot of power.
Yep.
So he's in it.
Yeah.
We're here.
What were you gonna run in the one where you fucked up, crashed?
Before I crashed, the car had went.
You alright?
Yeah.
Driver's okay.
The World Cup, right?
No. Well,
What's the fastest the car's gone?
the fastest the car has been is a 451 at 160, and that was a 69 at 201. If you watch that pass, I'm fighting the car the whole way. I'll send you the clip so you can insert it here.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. Like, I'm literally steering this thing because it wants to go left so bad, right? This last time at Texas 2K a couple weeks ago, we had just fixed the front end. We had pulled the frame. You know, I've done wheelies in that car. I've, almost flipped it over a couple times. We had just straightened the frame out. Everything is perfect on it. You watch my first run where I go a 7-1.
Straighten the frame out after World Cup.
Oh,
Yes.
frame damage ass car.
Yeah, after World Cup. Yeah, yeah. No frame having car. So then, so then, I'm over here. I launch, and I'm not doing anything. I'm just.
Yeah.
It's working. I'm surprised. This is the first time in 3 years that I'm not fighting the car.
This was his last time.
This was just fucking 2 weeks ago. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
yeah.
I'm having the best wet dream of my life. I'm like, oh, we're about to fuck some shit up. We're gonna, we'll qualify 2 to 4 in that range, maybe 3, right? I know that the Lunds were in it, and I know Brett was there, so those were gonna be the top, 2 cars. And I said, I'm there. We're a good light away from placing this year. Last year we ended up in the top 4. So I'm like, we're ready. We got bigger turbos. We got less weight. I'm ready. This frame straight now. We got us a fucking weapon.
Yeah.
And then the next pass, some parts issues, parts failure,
You got yourself some weapon.
some parts failure. I crashed, but the car went on that one. I think it went a high 4.5 or a low 4.6 at 167. 7 miles per hour more in the 8th mile than it ever went.
Full hit that bitch with 62 pounds of
No,
boost.
that was I'll send you the
62
log.
pounds
that
of
was like
boost, my
36
boy.
pounds, bro. 36 pounds.
That
And
man didn't know what happened.
36 pounds of boost on the 76s. It went 167 in the 8th. It was probably going to run high 6.7, low 6.8 at 208 to 211, roughly, right? That was the goal.
According to your calculation.
That's what the spreadsheet shows, yes.
Yeah.
So
You're fucking good.
it fucking... Yeah, I was good. I was like, I can't wait to shove this in manual. It's just like... So...
Can't wait to show this slip.
So then, right. I'm not a no time racer, so I don't care. I'll post a slip. So then, I'm in the pass, like I'm making the pass, not even fighting the car, just holding on, knowing that next pass we're hitting this bitch with 50. we're gonna see how far these turbos
Yeah.
and this car can go.
So you're gonna go down in boost from 62.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. You're going down.
You're
So
going down.
the
Let him cook, man. Let
we
him
have
cook.
a issues. That's all I can say right now. We had some issues. The car pulls to the left. Luckily, it was a solo pass, and I'm facing the wall like
Let me bring
this.
the issue.
And I'm just trying to stop. No. So the block ended up cracking.
Fuck.
We go at about 178 according to the data log. It starts pulling to the left. I'm facing the wall like this. I cross the traps. I run a 7-1 at 178 sideways. I have a picture
Damn.
sideways.
Oh, you still went through the whole
Yeah,
quarter?
I went through the quarter mile. So it let go at 174 miles per hour, I think. I crossed the traps and I ran a 7-1 at 178. I still qualified after everybody was done and running. I still qualified number 8, I think. Right?
What?
So
I didn't know you went through the whole
yeah, I went through the whole pass, like sideways. Right? I finished the pass sideways. And I'm looking at the wall head on. My first instinct is to don't hit head on. So I pull the wheel because I was already ready to hit the chute. I'm always trying to anticipate it. Well, I had to fucking let go of the chute and grab this, pull it, spin it the other way. And at that point, the car wants to spin. I'm like, man, I just don't want this bitch to roll. And keep in mind, this is all within thousandths of a second.
Yeah.
So I hit the chute.
Damn.
The guy taking the pictures, he came up to me after and said, bro, I usually never stop taking pictures, but I saw your parachute come across the wall. I'm standing there thinking, this thing's about to snatch me and pull me over the wall onto the track. So he drops his camera.
That would have been a cool
Shit.
picture.
I mean, yeah. So,
That's the camera dude that you were talking about the other day?
no, he was cool. He actually said, here's your pictures. Nobody else is going to get them. So he was afraid that happened. That's the only time he dropped the camera. He picked up his camera after that, took some more pictures or whatever, and, caught the wreck. And then he was one of the first ones there. Like, hey, man, are you okay? Blah, 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 blah. After the track people were talking to me. But, yeah, luckily, it was just the rear quarter and the roof got a little damaged. But the car's almost done at the body shop. If it's done by the time this airs or a couple days before, I'll send you some completed pictures of it and how they
Show them the
fixed everything.
inside view. of
I
whenever
don't. I have the inside view of.
This fool let go of the steering wheel. He just went like this.
He's just lying.
That's what it looked. I saw it.
Yeah, you
I'll
saw
send it. I'll send it.
So,
to you.
Yeah.
so he hit a 7-1,
Sideways.
right? But
Hey, you went faster than
engine
me
failure.
sideways.
Do you know when you hit when the engine failure happened?
It happened, I think, a little bit after the 8th mile. So before the 1,000-foot, the engine let go. So we were on pace to run a 6.7, 6.8, and we still ran a 7.1 sideways at 178.
crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
So the car was moving. The car was going to do something. All that happened, and
Hey, and check it. There's people that have issues going 7-1s, running a whole quarter mile, foot pedal all the way down.
Bro,
That's crazy.
That's what I'm
man.
saying.
That's
That's crazy.
fucking
That's,
good.
dude, I after I collected myself and held myself back from crying. I'm like, what did we run? And all those like, let me go get the slip. He's like, bro, you ran a 7-1 sideways. I was like, okay, cool. I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
I wouldn't
crazy.
even be mad if I went like a 6.7 and it blew up. And
What do you think
whatever.
about whenever you make a pass?
What do I think about?
Like, whenever you're getting in there to make a pass, what are you thinking in your head? Do you picture yourself crashing? Are you like doing scenarios where shit happens?
No.
Or you're just chilling?
Or is
I-
your fear rolling?
No, I think I'd be more afraid of hitting head on than I would.
No, but are
rolling.
you just chilling?
I'm just chilling. Like in my mind, I'm hyper focused and I'm just worrying about what's going on. My routine is, shake everybody's hand, good luck, be careful, blah, blah, blah.
Team player, team
Before
player.
I put my helmet on, I text my wife, say, hey, about to make a pass, love you, blah, blah, blah. Send her a selfie just so she knows what I look like at this point, right? At that point. And it's fucked up, but I mean, you're going fast. So you plan for the worst.
You take a selfie before every pass.
Every pass. And I send it to my wife.
Send it to me too.
Okay. I'll be only
But
wearing the
that's
helmet.
all you. That
But
you don't
that's
think
what I do.
about-
So I go as soon as I hit the water box. I just do the burnout, and
So you go into another little mode.
yeah. At that point, I've accepted what comes next. I mean, and that's just what it is. You have to. Let's be honest. You
Dude, I
crash.
be in that shit thinking about, I'm gonna flip over. I'm gonna be upside down,
Bro,
with my tongue
but-
hanging out.
Bro, that's
These
different,
fools ain't
though.
gonna come to me fast enough. I'm gonna be passed out. I'm gonna catch up.
It's 'cause when you
That's
run-
all that
bro,
goes
you
through my
thinking about
head.
some
When you-
hot shit,
when-
bro.
bro,
You thinking about
let's
some
go-
hot
hold
shit.
on, hold on, hold on.
Boom. Yeah.
Look, it's because when you're running 8, you got a lot of time to think. We're in the 6s
Exactly.
over here. You don't got that much time to think. So, so things are a little bit different. So,
Hey, but still, you're still going down.
no, you're still going down, right? And then once I pull the chute and the car actually stops, cool. Back on to normal mode. Let me check my text messages. Anybody getting cool pictures? Some cool, somebody. Because usually, if you're at an event, people text you, "Oh, clean hit, bro. That was a good pass." Blah 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 blah. Like before you even know what you run, before you get to the booth, people are already blowing up your phone.
Yeah, Angel, come here to the bathroom. Let me suck you up.
Yeah, see, here, save that sound too. So then, that's just what happens.
Yeah. So how does an engine failure make the car deviate?
So what happens is at this power level and at Texas 2K, you're required to have an engine diaper, right? We have an engine diaper. We run, I think it's 8 or 9 quarts in that engine, right?
It's a baby diaper.
Have you ever seen 8 or 9 quarts of actual oil? Like you ever spill it on the floor? Or you ever done an oil change and you see your shit just go everywhere?
Yeah,
Like, man,
yeah,
that's a lot of fucking oil.
Yeah.
So we have a diaper, like it caught everything it could, and it just didn't get enough and it got on the tires. You sit
Oh.
here.
Gotcha.
If you have time, we can do another segment where we'll sit here and we can read all the mean comments on TikTok about what they think happened. Like, oh, the tire blew, or oh, the turbo went out. It smoked. It did this, or the
I
brakes
think
locked
you let
up.
go of the steering wheel.
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought about
I
it.
think he said, I'm going so fast.
Yeah.
Just like this.
Yeah.
And then boom.
So
Let Jesus
engine
take the wheel.
failure, oil catching on the tire, and
Parts failure that led to an engine failure.
Okay.
That put oil underneath the car. Not a lot, just enough to send that bitch.
Yeah.
Dude,
everywhere.
the track. Have you ever been sitting on a sticky ass track and there's just a little water in there? On there? You haven't?
No.
You need to feel that.
Why?
It's it's
You
like
slip.
putting soap and water.
Oh,
right here. It's
shit.
super slippery.
Damn.
So
And at
any
100
little thing can just, and his car is IRS, so it like squats.
Yeah.
So like,
For people
boom,
who don't know,
boom,
that's
and then
independent rear suspension.
Boom, yeah, IRS, independent rear suspension.
Boom.
And then boom, boom to the side, boom to theirs, boom.
Did
Did you text your wife?
Hey, you doing too much of
Did
the
I text
boom,
my
boom.
wife? What did you say?
Did you text your wife after you crashed?
Yes.
You had to have shed a tear.
I waited until all the cameras were off of me and the car was at the booth, at the pit spot, and then I went and cried privately in the trailer.
Damn.
So, and you know what? I'll be honest. I never let this shit get to me,
But it got to you.
just because I always know, like, hey, I'm alive. I can make more money. We can fix the car.
Shit.
I'm here. I got 2 beautiful kids. I got my beautiful wife.
Yeah.
We're good. The rest we can figure out. We can make more money.
Yeah.
And that's always been my thing. If I'm here, I can always make plenty more money. And
You actually cried though, for real?
oh, on that one, bro, I cried, bro.
Shit.
What
Out of it was anger, it was frustration. Like
Oh,
if you
gotcha,
knew
okay.
what it took to get to that point, like you would probably cry too. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you, from last Texas 2K to this Texas 2K, I probably spent between the engine, transmission, bodywork, turbo kit, everything, $150,000 to $180,000 on that car.
Damn, he's
So
good.
And I got receipts. Bro. I have no reason to lie. I don't have a $25,000 Turbo 400 like all these other people
my
on the
God.
podcast. Mine was only 13, but maybe the 25 would have helped me out a little bit. I don't know, but it's like frustration. At this point you're just like fuck, and it wasn't even like a sad cry. It was more like a mad cry.
Yeah.
Because
But did you feel like you failed though,
no,
or not
I know.
really?
One thing that I
Or
will
like-
tell you is I will never feel like a failure.
Yeah.
Because to me, this is all extra.
Yeah.
This is a luxury, bro. We grew up poor. Whatever Manuel wants to tell you, we grew up poor. This is extra.
This fool had
This
a
is extra.
C6 LS3 in 08.
I was 19 years old and I worked 40 hours, 50 hours a week to make it happen. But that was my only
he
bill.
had money.
But I always worked. So all this shit is extra, bro. So I'm not worried about it. My perspective is I'm here, we can make money. I got to take care of my kids, I got to take care of my family.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
it. And it was just more anger like, man, I spent all this, but just because I have it doesn't mean you want to waste it.
Yep,
If I tell you, hey, there's $20 on the floor, you're going to bend over and get them even if you already have 100 in your pocket?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, right?
Shit.
And if you don't, you'd be mad about it.
Yeah.
Now do that times like 100,000 more.
Yeah.
No, that shit. If I crash my little Fox that I've been building for 6 years, you're gonna see me get out and cry.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna cry.
Look, I wanted to get off the car and be like Aldo and start flipping people off.
Oh my
and
God.
doing all this. I wanted to do that.
I seen
but
this shit.
again, I'm a business owner.
Yeah.
I carry 2 brands. I knew. I wanted to grab my helmet and throw it against the car, but I was like, I don't want to be any more viral than it's gonna be already.
Yeah.
So the calmness is always in the back of my head, like, hey, they're already gonna talk. Don't give them anything else to talk about, you know. And it's just like, fuck it. So I said, you know what, whatever. I'll deal with it later.
So we did Aldo's podcast, and then that happened right after. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't even know.
Yeah.
I mean,
You should redo his.
right?
He's got some shit to say now.
I think he.
why
I
do
think
you
he-
why do you do that though?
I
honestly?
saw that shit on TikTok.
So, look, I'm gonna tell you this, and my opinion on it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
It had rained, right? There were the second or third pair to go down. Unfortunately, he slipped, crashed, and hit the wall, and that's just what it was. I felt in that
Right.
moment, it wasn't that. But when you see your friend who's dealing with things like that, even if you feel differently, the job's not to your job isn't to be the logical person. You're there for your friend. So you ever defended somebody that you knew was wrong because they eran tu camarada?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. So it's just like, man, I know you're angry. I'm not gonna tell you anything right now, but we can talk about it later. And like, you're mad, you want to fight these track people. I'm gonna kind of tone it down. But if they start swinging back, then pues ni modo, you know, we're good.
Yeah.
But no, it was just a heat of the moment, anger thing. And I think now he's reflected on it and he's seeing that that probably wasn't the issue. If it was, at the end of the day, you accept responsibility for the decisions you make. And that was it. And it's on him. And he knows that. He knows that. And, you know, I wasn't the one going to be telling him, like, hey, bro, I
Aldo
don't
hit
think...
that hoe with 82 pounds of boost.
Yeah, oilo.
These motherfuckers wilding out there.
Yeah, so I
They
mean that's
testing
the
the
whole
limits.
thing.
Yeah.
So respectfully, you know, he felt that way, and if it was just like a do or die thing, we'll fight somebody over it. But no, I felt like I didn't think that was the issue myself, but I wasn't driving. I don't know the car. There's other things that happen with that car, and I think I've experienced it before. I don't know if Manuel has. I feel like
eights,
with
baby, eights.
yeah, I
Alright.
feel like with the independent rear suspension and the way that the boost comes on these cars, it does do some weird stuff that we're learning, right? So we're hitting this car with so much power, right? We launch 15 pounds usually, 15 to 18 pounds.
About
aggressive,
0.80, 62
you know?
pounds of
So
boost.
at that point, you're over 1,200 horsepower. So you're launching at that power, right?
Yeah.
On my car, in less than 2 seconds, I'm at mid 30s, low 40s pounds of boost. I think with these cars, they're getting to a point where the power is coming on, the car wants to shift. It does something weird where it makes the car unload, right? Where like it's too much peak power and the car hits a shift and it does some weird stuff. And a part of me thinks that that's what happened in Maryland because the car was on a pass. But it's like I grabbed the scramble. You can literally watch me grab the scramble, which is basically we're adding all the boost. Whatever we had,
yep.
It's pouring it on. And then like the power hits, the car shifts, and that's all she wrote.
Damn.
And on his car, if you watch, it did something very similar. It leaves hard. It did a 119 60 foot, which is, that's the best that we've done with these cars. That's the best that any of these S550 IRS cars have gone. It's a 1119 60
Damn.
foot. So we're in uncharted territory. Nobody else has matched that. Other people have gotten close. They've done 113s and other stuff. We're 111.
Yeah.
It gets to the point the power hits and the car just does weird stuff. So we're learning. Maybe we need to adjust it. Maybe we need to move away from the IRS stuff. That's a discussion that I've had too, just because like, man, if that is a common thing, like the last thing I want to do is put this bitch back together and does the same shit because the way the power comes on.
Yeah.
And there's other people that have gone fast with IRS and Supras, other people with Corvettes and shit like that. And they all go to solid for a reason, So it's like, why make just like with the 6R80 or the 10R80, why make your track days harder than they need to be? Just
Yeah.
put the solid in it and you're good. Both tires will do the same shit and be solid.
You mentioned that there was pictures taken that you
Yes.
had an issue with. If you could speak on it a little bit,
So I'll tell you,
on your accident.
yeah, so on my accident, it was the first day of qualifying, which was Tuesday. Luckily for me, there was one photographer, his name's Sean. He was down there at the end of the track. He's able to zoom in, so he got most of the pass. He got all of the wreck and the end of the pass and the aftermath, right? He's the only one who captured pictures. I had talked to him at World Cup before. He's a cool guy. He takes great pictures. He says, look, man, I got these pictures if you want to look at them. I had just gotten out of the car. I said, yeah, show me. Let's look at it. Let's see if I can figure out what happened, what fucked up. And he's showing me this shit. And I'm reliving it through the pictures like, okay, fuck, that's fucking crazy. Okay, cool. Left it at that. Another day or so passes. He comes by the pits, taking some pictures, just photographer job. He's like, hey, man, I don't know if you know this, but I was the only photographer down there. He's like, but we have major channels, social media companies wanting to buy those pictures from me because I'm the only one that has them.
No shit.
So they offered him money
How much?
to buy, a couple $100, maybe $1,000 or so, to have
For a
those
picture?
pictures. No, it's like 20 pictures. I have them off camera. I'll show them to you. And he's like, look, man,
Damn, that's
you're
crazy.
a cool guy. I don't want to sell them. I don't like to make money like that. Actually, I'm lucky that a photographer with integrity was down there instead of one of these other photographers that the first thing they do is they post a wreck. They post a car accident. And the reason it upsets me is because there's been other incidences where people are at racing events, people crash, and they die.
Oh,
right?
Fuck, yeah.
Their family's not there with them, but their wife finds out. They see Rip Juan or Rip so-and-so, and it's like, dude, what are you talking about? He's at the track. But these people don't have the decency to be quiet for an hour. Or they're posting the video,
Yeah.
And I can name one exact situation. There was a GTR that wrecked at a half-mile event. Unfortunately, the guy wrecked, decapitated.
Yeah, I was there.
Immediately, people are like, Rip so-and-so. And I won't say his name because I don't want to bring his family attention.
Right.
His family wasn't there. His kids weren't there.
Damn.
They're thinking that their dad, their husband, their loved one is at a racing event having the time of his life. Business as usual, having a fun weekend, setting some personal bests. They find out he's dead on Facebook. And who wins? Do the people that post it win? What do you get? You have a
That shit
small
was
channel?
crazy because it took like an hour before they even said what had happened back then.
Yeah.
Damn.
They're trying to reach out to his family, the event organizers, everybody who's on your emergency call list, whatever. Oh, hey, by the way, like, what do you mean, Or, hey, imagine mi tía from Mexico saw that
Yeah.
I was dead on Facebook before, your wife even knew.
Yeah.
And that's why it's just upsetting that people are willing to pay money to see people's downfall so they could make more money. You could go to any of the big channels. You can go to 1320. You can go to
TRC.
TRC. You can go to anything. You look at their videos from that week, because they usually do daily posts. What do they lead with? The car accidents. The car accidents. And it's just like, why? Like, I get it, you want to make your money, but is that a couple $1,000, let's say 20 or 30 on the high side if you're like a big channel, worth, your decency? So I got upset. I told the guy, look, dude, he didn't even want to charge me for them. He's like, here, you can have them. I'm going to delete them. I said, no, tell me what your normal fee would be to book you for the weekend, and I'll pay you. He's like, oh, give me, $200. I said, no, look, here's $500. I respect you as a man for telling me this and, letting me know. I paid him. I have them. And I posted one of them, I think, whenever I was looking at the car, and that's it. But it's just like, why would you want, your family to relive that or to find that out?
Yeah.
And people still post the wreck. And it's like, dude, I'm not mad that the car is wrecked. Like, I'll fix it. I can fix it. But it's just like, have some decency. Let's say I would have died in that one. Is my wife supposed to find out that way? Is my mom supposed to find out that way?
Yeah.
Or, hey, somebody posted that video on YouTube, right, of me wrecking and I died. 10 years down the road, my kid's Googling me. What do they find? There's no respect. There's no decency. But people don't give a fuck until you know when? When it's them.
Yep.
When it's them. When they're in a car accident, they're doing a ride along with somebody. Oh my God, let's set up a GoFundMe. Let's use that. No, use that same energy. Post it and post the video of you almost dying so you can get your money to pay for that bill.
Yeah.
And people don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's just like, if I have to be the one to say it, I'm okay with saying it, and I'm okay if I get the backlash from it because I don't depend on this to make my living. I'm cool.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
I'm good with it. But even Peter of Texas 2K, the Texas 2K owner, I've known him for years. He's always been great to me. He's like, hey, don't worry about this or that. And I didn't tell him, I didn't have to tell him, hey, please don't post these pictures, please don't do this or that. Because he knew, because he's a decent person. Everybody else, they want to get TikTok famous, they want to get those YouTube subscribers, and that's what it is. And we know drama sells. You turn on the news, what do you see? You see people dying. They don't talk about all the good stuff. They talk about the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And even on our smaller racing scene, they use that same mindset to make money.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just different, and maybe I'm looking too far into it, but I know if the roles were reversed, people would feel the same way.
Nah, you're right. You got a point. Honestly.
So it's like, I'm fed up with it. I'm to the point where when it happens to them, don't expect me to be the bigger person.
Yeah.
Because y'all want to play like this, you will be upside down in the car with your tongue out, and I'm gonna go put my camera in your face.
Well, damn. Tongue out. Are you talking about me? I just said that right now. What's going on, right?
He feels attacked. No,
Yeah.
but that's just what it is.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's like people want to go low, like we can go much lower too,
Yeah.
and that's just what it is. So have some decency, and I think
so
that
you
needs to be
dirty.
the
You're dirty.
that needs to be the new respectful thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, most people don't understand it. They don't see it. There's car accidents, and you see fucking body limbs all over the freeway. You see.
Clickbait shit.
Clickbait stuff, and people want it, and it's like, cool. Did those $200 help your small profile? Did enjoy your steak dinner? I guess.
People
Yeah.
want to see people fail a lot.
Yeah,
'Cause
they
the first
will.
time that this fool crashed, I was getting pictures like, "Hey, did you see Brian Luna crash?" I was like, "No." But then they'll send the pictures like, "Why are you sending me this?" Like,
Yep.
that sucks. Like,
Yeah.
what do you want me to tell you? Like, good? No.
Yeah.
And both times I got pictures. Like, the fuck are you sending me pictures for?
Yeah.
Like, this shit's weird. Like, people going to the track, blowing up a truck or some shit. Like, they send pictures. They send like, "Hey, this fool so and so went and blew up." Like, cool, bro. Like, I ain't worried about them. Fools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's what a lot of people, they think too that, like, I get a lot of messages like that you're worried about the other people. Like, do you stay in your own shit? Like,
Yeah.
I ain't worried about them fools. Like,
And-
if I'm having beef with them, my beef is to a certain point, right? But like, dude, I fucking get under people's skins. But
Yeah.
He's a professional.
I don't
asshole.
fucking wish on them like to go and I legit get in my car and fucking in any other cars and I think about all that crap. Like, damn, this might be it. Might be
Yep.
fucking crashing today, and this shit's gonna be all over. Midnight fucking crashed.
Yeah.
Like that's
Let me-
when it happens. That's how it's gonna be.
Let me
It's
ask
not
you,
gonna
because
be-
you've seen it on not a car accident basis, but with the grudge racing, right? You see it. You put up all this money. You guys bust ass to get the car done or the truck done, and what do? When you're winning, they're
yeah.
happy. You could put up a $30,000 pot, $50,000
We
pot.
just had-
They want to see you fucking lose, so they could share it.
Not this 2K, the last 2K, right? We had with the California dudes. Fuck all you fuck California dudes, by the way. All the ones that took the money that day.
Yep.
We went. I had a Mustang racing an Evo, right? The dude that was racing the Mustang, it was Anders' old Mustang.
Okay.
Alex Anders, the Russian dude.
Yep.
He sold it. Dudes came down from where are they from? I think they're from Maryland, somewhere up there. They
Oh,
came down. They
Alex
set the
is
car
New
down.
York, I thought.
Huh?
Alex is New
Alex
York.
in New York, but this is
Yeah.
another dude, right?
Yeah.
He came down. I think they're from Maryland. Came down, like, hey, we want to roll race. We want to do some shit. We want to test the car. And I told the dude, I was like, hey, you're ready to drive this shit, right?
Yep.
He's like, yeah, I'm good. Okay. There's no traction control. There's no nothing. It's a fast Mustang on the street, and you have to be ready for it. So we set up a race with some Cali dudes that came down with an Evo, and it was $9,000 a side, $18,000 pot, right? They take off. The Mustang's spinning. The dude hits the scramble. It spins more. This fool goes across the lanes into a tree, totaled out the car.
Fuck.
Right? Done. The car's done. Well, before I was at the shop, but before I could get to the dude, they were already asking me for the money. I was like, damn, bro. I said, relax. I'm trying to fucking, take care of this fucking dude.
Yep.
Like, what's going on? Trying to get him out before the cops come and shit. They were already asking me for the money. Like, that fast.
The Cali dudes.
The Cali dudes, yeah. I said, man, if it would have been, I went to the gas station. I told them, folks, I said, if any of y'all, if that shit would have happened to the Evo and we were racing, I wouldn't have fucking taken y'all's fucking money. Because it ain't like that. Yes, we could do all that shit, but this dude just fucking lost his $100,000 fucking Mustang,
Yep.
and that was that.
Yeah.
So then, whatever, they took the money, and then the next day I was trying to call him out with Gator. Let's do a fucking race with Gator for double the fucking money. Pussy ass boys, they don't want to do shit.
And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And
They don't give a fuck.
the problem is there's people putting money into pots that they only have $200 to their name, and they'll put it. So they wanted that money.
Yeah.
They could have
Yeah.
easily been like, hey, just give, everybody take their shit back and it's fine.
They
you live
needed
to
the
race
money.
another day. But they
had
needed
like
it.
30 people in the
They came from California with $200 and they needed the other $200 to go back home. That's why they wanted it. And
Yeah, but I'm that way. This fool's the same way. Like,
dude, I've left so much money on the table. I've given people back their money. I've done all sorts of shit just because I try to keep my karma right. I try to do things the right way.
Yeah.
And if you got to get it like that, then by all means, you needed it more than me. Que te vaya bien.
Yeah.
Like, that's good. Whatever. If that, if you sleep at night like that, then, I don't need to be associated with you in any other way.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And the whole grudge racing for profit, it ain't there. To me, I
hold
ain't
on.
seen it.
And then on that race, right? We said no videos, even of the race, no videos, right?
Why?
We didn't want no videos. Like for other grudge races, whatever, there was no videos.
Okay, got you.
There was only one person that was from here that had the video from inside the car, right? And I told him, hey, delete all the videos, whatever. Y'all got y'all's money, delete the videos. I think the next day, the video went up
Yep.
Dang.
of the crash. Didn't even make it home.
Yep.
Like, make it back. We didn't even leave 2K yet, and the fucking video was already up. There was some hoe ass shit. Like, it was some hoe ass shit doing that.
Again, for clout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But if it's them, that's my dead homie. Why you posting that?
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
So the whole grudge racing for profit, it's few and far between. I think a lot of people see these clips on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, and they think I'm gonna build an F-150, I'm gonna build a single cab Chevy truck or whatever, and I'm gonna go out there and race for $20,000-$30,000. And it ain't gonna happen.
You ain't midnight, my boy.
It ain't gonna fucking happen. Hey, but respectfully, you've lost too, right?
Oh, dude,
and that's just part of the game.
Telling you,
So
lost
you
a
might be
lot.
up a couple thousand, but you ain't up everything you thought you would be.
Hell no.
And that's just what it is.
There
And
ain't no money in that shit.
yeah, and there's no money in it. All it does is it's for clout and it pushes the brand and hey, it may keep his channels active, may keep everybody else's
Yeah.
going.
There's
But
some,
to,
there's some cash days racers that go out and they fucking win.
Oh.
2,500, 3,500, 4,500.
there's a
50.
couple that are out there. You know that they're in the
making-
green.
that's
you know
what that's what they live on. Like,
you look
making
at
that money.
You
Yeah.
look at that and you see people like Beater Bomb comes to mind. Like, dude, that dude wins more than he loses.
Yeah.
Respect. He has that car
I don't
figured
think
out.
he's really raced too much
This year.
over there. Yes, he races a lot.
Yeah.
Him, but there's some other ones like
Yeah.
the Kraken dude that's from Austin.
Yep.
Dude, that fool go Oklahoma,
Yep.
East Coast, West
Yep.
Coast. They race everywhere, and that's how he makes money.
Damn.
Huh? Who's Michael? Oh, that fool just started winning.
Yeah.
He got that Pinto. He's
Yeah.
with Michael Wagner.
Yeah,
He's
dude,
been
that-
winning
but that guy's
Dude,
hardcore.
That dude right there, I swear to God, I've known him for a while. He had the worst luck. Motors blowing up.
The Trans Am, right?
He just likes racing.
Yeah.
Now he got a car that he's going out there and winning.
Dude, that
But
guy's
I don't-
hardcore.
That dude don't even have to race for money. He's not like that. He don't care about racing. He just wants to race.
He wants to
Yeah,
race.
yeah.
And dude, that guy, I've seen him swap engines in the parking lot at Texas 2K, fucking rebuild transmissions in the
talking about
parking lot,
Kraken.
everything.
Damn.
Yeah. And I mean, he's legit. So Michael Wagner, like he's a cool dude. And
He looks like a
he's
bum.
legit. Yes, he looks like a bum.
Yeah. But that fool was roll racing, all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, everything.
But
and
there ain't no
there's
money
some
in that.
people like that. Like, I've been in this scene 15, 16 years.
OG,
I've
man.
seen people come and go. I've called their demise, and you meet them, you kind of get their energy, like, this guy's gonna flame out quick.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. And usually the ones that try to make the biggest waves are the first ones to drown. And así es.
Yeah.
I'm
You know,
drowning.
you can,
I'm
you, can,
drowning.
you can put that on a shirt if you want.
What is it?
You want to put that on the shirt?
What?
The people who make the biggest waves usually drown first.
Usually drown first.
So,
Yeah.
shit happens like that. But as far as
You trying
if
to
you're-
understand
if
it too?
If you're trying to,
Right?
If
Makes
you're
no
try-
sense.
yeah,
Waving a what? In the pool? The bathtub?
anywhere, bro, because it's water. You
wave,
drown with water,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, but if you're making the wave's going that way.
Yeah, that's
You
fine.
don't make it come back to
It always comes back. It's
Nah,
water.
chase a quote. Do another
Okay,
quote.
I'll do another
yeah,
quote. I'll
another
give you
quote,
another one. All right.
I've only heard.
I've only held 3 or 4 people. Manuel Gomez. So
Would you ever do street racing again?
I'm not saying I stopped. You just don't see it.
Ooh.
Shit, that motherfucker underground.
But that's the
Good.
difference.
He's a real
you
YouTuber
want to
now,
talk
You know
peak-
the Stig? Look at his body build.
you
That's
want
the
to
Stig.
you want to talk peak street racing?
Yeah.
2008 to 2014. people
was
say,
like-
"What happened?"
Your 20s, right? 20.
Yeah,
Roll
my,
race.
age, my age is irrelevant. I was in a car driving.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
saying that like that time frame that was before social media really popped off, and that was before all the influencers or
Yeah.
weird people online wanted cars for clout. Like
Posting up songs.
and you had more than one type of car. Right now, you think of fast roll racing. What cars do you think? Give me the top 3 that you think.
Lambo GTR.
And what else? Viper, right?
In my
Back
Mustang.
then, you'd be able to have Corvette, Supra, GTR,
SRT
Lambo.
4s.
But no,
SRT
SRT4. Maybe the people you're racing. But, you know,
Damn, this nigga's always capping.
it's just the way it is. But now you go and they all look the same. You go to a meet, 20 GTRs, different colors. Fast meet, Lambos, all different colors. R8, same things. So it's just like once people saw that they could make it their whole personality, they just bought whatever was fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's just what it is.
So do you think that like TikTok and social media
100%.
gave it a different wave
They gave I'm
or their own or
I'm
what?
happy that it did it because it keeps the car scene alive. It keeps the businesses afloat, the parts manufacturers, the shops.
Yep.
Everybody makes money, right? That's great. But it also brought in the worst. To me, you're at a sideshow, you're hurting the scene.
Yeah.
You know,
I've been wanting to do a side shop. Y'all want to invite me?
I mean, yeah, go to
I'm ready to whip.
hit
my
up Tanner Road and
370Z,
do a sideshow.
You know?
You know, but that's just what it is. You know, it brings negative attention. Whereas before, we would go out in a group of 10 or 15 people, make all the hits you wanted to on Hardy, on 90, or
Like
wherever you
naming
wanted
names,
to.
bro. Kill the
They-
fucking scene.
oh my God.
The snitch.
Here we go.
This nit?
The road that everybody races on, you know?
Yeah.
And you were good.
Why they say
You didn't have to worry about it.
You forgot to say, man.
Now,
Mexico.
Right? Mexico. Like, come on.
That's where it started.
Yeah, everybody goes to Mexico. That used to be the cover, and you could do that. But now it's like
He started it,
me
man.
And, me and
Mexico.
Manuel can go street race right now, right? And
I ain't street racing shit, 'cause I'm
We'll
going to
shake
jail.
hands.
Fuck that.
Look, we could go race, shake hands, be done. Nobody posts any video, but it would still end up online. You know why? Because you have that cell phone in your pocket, and somebody else
And I'm posting
is
that
posting
shit.
it, and that's it, dude. The guy that
Fastest 690.
yeah. The guy that fucking wrecked that Bugatti, he didn't think that he was being filmed, and then it got filmed, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, now it's worse because everybody has one. You're like, oh man, look at this, cool fucking Fox body from Midnight Performance down here making a hit, and then you get Constable showing up because
Yeah, yeah.
somebody else ratted you out inadvertently.
Yeah.
So it's different. It's a different time. You just have to be more careful, more select, and to me, street racing is not a crime.
Ask him about his call outs, though. Because right now, I got a call out right now. My 370 and this fucking thing.
Oh, I'd beat the brakes off that.
This
370.
what? This what?
He don't know it's turbo.
Oh, I ain't worried about it.
370 turbo.
Yeah, that's cool.
Who's
Nah,
it tune-
but
hey, who's
call
it
outs, your
tuned
call
by?
outs. Who, me?
Yeah.
Admin tuning.
Admit
Admin tuning.
Yeah. That's the only one I know that tuning the shit. It ain't tuned. I need to sell it. Hey, plug me up. 15,000. Come and get that thing. I need to
Boom.
finish my car.
Hit him up, midnightperformance.com.
Yeah. No, but ask him. Tell him stop being. a
What
bitch
call
and
outs?
Call outs.
Who do you want me to
You
call
got
out?
somebody to call out.
Who do I need to call out? They're chasing me. Everybody's chasing me.
Damn.
There's the classes that I want to win. You want to
They're
know what I want to
chasing
win?
Yeah. What class you want to win?
I want to win.
Are you gonna go 8th mile or quarter mile racing now?
Look, buddy, I got to win these things before I stop. I want to win Texas 2K streetcar class, and I want to. I used to want to do World Cup, but the rules are kind of iffy now. I just want to win Texas 2K streetcar. After that, I'll probably stop doing quarter mile stuff and do 8th
Texas 2K streetcar, the fast one.
mile. The fast class. I'm not
The
one of those
elite,
guys. The elite class, the top 16. I could have the last 4 or 5 years turned my car down.
don't wanna race that
and
bullshit.
run the second bracket, run the third bracket, and slow my shit down. Why do I want to race fucking 8-second cars?
Exactly.
I want to go out there and it's the mid 90s. You want to fight Tyson and show everybody you're the best, or you want to go out there and fight the B and C class fighters?
Yeah.
I'll lose first round before I slow my shit down to try to get a silver medal.
Ooh, tell him.
Like that, and that's just me. Other people
Yeah.
do it. Yeah, they do it. Oh, we won Texas 2K. Yeah, you won Texas 2K, the slow class. I'm happy for you. Take your $500 and move along. Like, that's cool. I qualified faster. So to me, I'd rather qualify in the fast class and lose the first or second round instead of bragging about winning the other classes.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Other people are okay with it. They're happy. And that's cool. But I'm not going to purposely go out there and turn my shit down to fall in that. That's just me. But I know that I'm coming with something that could win the fast class.
Potentially win.
Potentially. But you know what potential means?
Yeah, yeah,
You ain't
yeah.
done shit yet.
Yeah.
That's all that means.
Yeah.
So that's why, in my mind, I need to win one of those on the elite classes.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only one I want to win.
Do you think you're like, you're right there with the top guys? Like,
So
Lund and,
this
and,
is
Brett?
the thing. This is the thing.
Tell us the thing.
Brett has the fastest Coyote car that runs quarter mile. There's probably NT cars, no time cars, and other people that do eighth mile that are just as quick, but they don't post the times. That's always their band-aid, right? Like, oh, we don't talk about it, but I've been just as fast.
Right.
There's no
Yeah.
proof for it. I'll never show you a video, but between us, I've been fast. But no, he's probably a year ahead of everybody else, and he has a recipe down. Like, dude, it works. I think last year he did 9 events and he won 9.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want? Like, the dude's winning. He
You
has
kicked
props.
that boy out them races.
I mean, and they might do that
Yeah,
next year.
Brent saw you're banned. You don't come to Texas no more.
Yeah, and they might do that. But what I'm saying is, I can't be mad at him. I don't know if he's like breaking any rules. He might not be, but his shit's fast. I'm not mad at him. I wish that we were doing that. So I give him all the props. Lund's car, they're fast. They got bigger turbos. The people used to think of the 6R80 as a crutch, like, oh well, the transmission's gonna break. There's let them run whatever turbos they want. That's what they did at World Cup. And what did they do? They fucking won.
Yeah.
So now I can promise you, when the World Cup rules come out in June, they're gonna not be able to run those big turbos. They're gonna have to be limited to like 60s. So they got their trophy, and they're good, but they're not letting that happen again because they just proved that, hey, this transmission is actually
They
decent.
put rules on all them classes with turbo sizes.
Yeah, turbo
Yeah,
sizes.
Limit people.
Yeah.
Turbo
Weights,
sizes, minimum
turbo
weight,
sizes
everything.
shit.
And this
But
last
Brad
year,
is at the same weight, just way faster.
yeah, I mean, and he has
Same weight as yours?
He's probably on
No,
85 pounds of
I thought
boost
he was
instead
on
of
like
62.
3,100, 3,200.
no, he's making fucking manual. My car is not making that much power, and it's not that light.
62 pounds of boost to 85
Here we
pounds
go,
of
bro.
boost.
Jesus. No, my car doesn't make that much, but his car is just that much ahead. And in Texas 2K, it's not a free for all, but it's the most loosely based rules. So you have cars that, can run a 6.2, a 6.4, and then everybody else is kind of running 6.8, 6.9 in the fast class. If Garrett would have showed up and he's running, 650s in the El Camino, he probably would have been top 5 too, or faster.
But do you think that
Shout out to my boy
Texas-
Cletus.
Yeah,
do,
Cletus.
do you think he was like pushing the car? I don't think he was pushing that car that hard that day.
At Texas 2K?
Yeah.
No, Brett wasn't pushing the car
It was like-
that hard.
yeah.
And I'll tell you,
You're still in 630s, isn't
he still went 630s,
Yeah,
but everybody else is 0.2, 0.3 behind him. Even on Lund's best pass, and keep in mind, I love these guys, their best is 0.2 or 0.3 slower than Brett. He went and hung it out one time for people, and I think he trapped 220-something one time. That's him showing the field that they're covered.
Yeah.
Even if you 60-foot me, even if you have me at
laying
the
that
8th
thing.
mile, I'm coming around you.
Yeah.
He did that to me. I got him on the light, and he might
He
have let me
laid
get
it
him on
on
the
you?
light. I got him out on him last year, last Texas 2K.
Yeah.
And I was
Fucking
out.
slingshot
I'm
it.
over here thinking, I got this. I'm going to the finals, baby.
Yeah.
We're good. We're getting money for steak tonight at least.
Yeah. He said,
We-
"You
at
thought-"
minimum, we're taking second. I had him
You did jump him though.
800 foot, 1,000 foot, 1320
Yeah.
right there. And and I look at the slip. I'm like, bro, this man trapped 175 in the 8th mile. And that was last year.
Yeah.
This is like, okay. Well,
He's like
he let me
183 now.
out, you know,
Yeah.
and that's just what it was.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's ahead of everybody right now.
Anybody that you're competing with particularly? Not really.
Nah.
The world.
The whole, like,
Look
are
at
you
him.
trying to compete like the whole Coyote platform and make it the,
I-
your best time or what?
I want to go out and I want to win one of these things, and I want to do it for me. I don't care who else is there. You know, I
Humble
don't have
killer,
no
humble
beef.
killer over here.
I don't have beef with any GTRs
Yeah,
or any
yeah.
Vipers, none of that stuff.
You
I
don't
don't
call
care.
out Hellcats, bro?
Why?
Huh? Call out a Hellcat.
What am I gonna call
bro.
it a Hellcat with my 4-door truck? Like
Yeah.
who? Like
no,
bro,
with your Mustang, bro. Call it a Hellcats.
for what?
For the
To give them the 8th mile head start? Like, come on.
You're gonna give the 8 mile head start to a Hellcat.
I'm sorry, I took that one from you. You gave somebody 8 cars.
Hey,
you remember that shit? You gave somebody eight cars
No, it was
and the
4
move.
cars. It was 4 cars.
Four
Four
it
cars
was,
in
I
the
thought it was more than
It was
that.
4 in the hit, but it was supposed to be on the street. I fucked up. We don't talk about that.
Come up a
Bro.
little bit.
You want me to put this thing in my mouth or what, bro?
Another sound clip.
Just go,
He's
just go.
moving that way.
Nah, I'm gonna still.
I'm trying to see.
Just come in a little more.
No, Brian won't be that close to you.
Just, I don't bite. Come on.
Or just scoot it that way.
Yeah. Boom.
So
So buying the dark, you have a dark horse, right?
yes.
What are your thoughts on it? What do you see the potential of it being, and were you disappointed
He ain't
of
doing
getting
shit.
it
So look,
as far as the power?
the power is fine to me. You know, I bought this car because I do headers. We sell headers. That's what I did. I bought it and we put headers on it. I needed to know if the old ones worked, if they didn't work.
That little black lady in the McDonald's where she looks up and she's like, "Oh, he got money."
This is what it is. This is the platform. If you're in my mind, this is an investment for the business,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
To learn it, to be good with it. And we learned right away, hey, the driver's side has a different flange than the old setup. You know, it has a GT350 flange on this car. GT350/Predator, where the bolt holes are
Why are you
in
looking
different
at
spots.
me? Look at him. Tell
I'm teaching you. So you
Oh,
whenever so whenever
I know that's what he's doing.
so
He's-
whenever you
why
work
looking
on
at
one,
me?
you know, be like,
Look at
oh,
it.
thankfully my friend Brian told me this. So, and we got one. The cats, they're cast. Like you can't just do a cat delete because you're gonna eat up your torch and blades. You can't just do it like before. Like the whole manifold piece, it's like a 4-to-1 piece on the driver's side. So I bought it to learn to see what's different and to
Yeah.
make money on it. And it looks nice parked outside. That's it.
So what do you see the potential of it being like after?
Once tuning's fully available to everybody, and I mean to everybody, not just Whipple. Once Lund can get into it and they get these things shifting and working, they're going to be just as fast or quicker than the Gen 3s. You know, we put headers and we did the little filter mod on this thing and it made 455 on the stock tune on 93. We have Gen 3 cars that don't do that yet. But I mean, this is a dark horse. People are still finding the things that are slightly different than the performance pack, regular cars. So I think they said that the crank's different. There's a list. People, they're homers. They post everything. To me, I don't care. I bought it.
Homers, like Homer Simpson.
Yes, bro. So they're like, oh well, this one is so much better because of this or the stripes or the active exhaust. Like, dude, I bought it because it looked nice and like I got it at sticker.
Yeah.
So it's just like whatever. So I'm not disappointed into it, but it's not the only car I have. It's just it runs good. If you beat me in this one, then cool. Like okay, you're not gonna hurt my feelings.
Any plans for it, like twin turbo setup or?
At some
going
point,
crazy, maybe?
at some point once tuning's available, we'll do a twin turbo setup. There's no point in putting a twin turbo setup on it right now if you're gonna run 4 pounds.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be just as quick as you are in a.
Yeah.
There's a couple kits out there floating around, but it's like, for what?
No.
There's no need. Right now it's drivable. You go beat the shit out of it at every stoplight if you want, and it's not gonna break. It's fine.
Yeah.
So.
Tell us about the car now. That if you can talk about the car, what's done to it that hit the 690 pass,
The 690 pass.
Yeah.
So
front to back.
front to back, we had the TKM engine, all the welds pretty much designed and fit all of the custom turbo stuff, all the tubular parts, the AMS 2000 wiring, boost controller, all that stuff. He took care of that. Richard does like the upkeep of it, and whatever small repairs we need to do. He's not a fabricator, but he knows, what the car should be doing and what it shouldn't be doing. It's making a weird noise. We try to figure it out.
Shout out to Richard.
Yeah, shout out to Richard, the unspoken hero. That's a
Wearing
fake Aldo
LTX
whistle.
shirt.
Yeah. So,
Hat.
the Aldo Turbo kit, we had a Power Glide that my buddy Josh built. I actually took the Power Glide from the Trans Am and put it into the Mustang, just different housing on it.
Right.
Circle D converter.
Shout out to that Power Glide. That shit
Yeah,
was
bro,
working.
that shit took it like a champ. That was a $4,000 Power Glide. I didn't need no $25,000 one, just $4,000, and it did it. It didn't like it all the time, but it did it.
The
The
little
couple
blue cart that I got,
Yeah.
it's got some janky little transmission. I don't
Shit
do
works.
nothing to it. It just works. The
But you-
$20,000 ones always have issues.
I mean, that's what it is.
Something going on.
Some going on.
Some janky. Yeah.
Well, let's tell us about it. What issues have you been having? Let's go.
That's a whole nother story.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
we got
damn.
more SD cards. We're ready. We'll keep it going. I got another monster.
He said this is your podcast. man.
Okay.
I need more gum.
Yeah, I got plenty.
Hey, for real. Hey, for real.
Here you go. Courtesy of Japan.
Shout out to Japan, man.
We got Black. It's 5 milligrams caffeinated gum. If you want
There's
some, I have some here at the
cocaine
shop.
in Ain't no
So,
caffeine. Y'all see me itching my eye?
you already had that
Eyebrow.
Twitch. You already had that Forrest Whitaker. So, you know, we had, look, see now my eyes twitching because I'm talking shit. Thanks God. Way to show me. Nah, you know, it had the G-Force 9-inch, 17-inch wheels. It's a pretty basic setup. We're just running more boost than most people are comfortable
62
with.
pounds of boost.
62 pounds. Dude, those turbos would come apart at 62 pounds. But no, we were running the Precision 6870s, the air-to-air intercooler, some math. And we still had it in World Cup trim. And that's to fit those rules. So if you had a Coyote and it's twin turbo, your turbos can be 68 millimeters, but you have to weigh 3,550 pounds. And they check you after every pass. So you run a time, you want the time to count, you have to go over the scales. You're 5 pounds under, whoosh, doesn't count.
Yep.
DQ.
You're on 76s now, though, right?
Now I'm on 76, 75s, TKM engine, Turbo 400, Circle D converter, all the good stuff.
150,000, large.
At least. That's
At
this go
least.
round. So, you know, shit happens that, you know, we're going to do more stuff to it. And
Another
just gonna fix it.
150,000.
Bigger
At
turbos.
least. At some point, it'll get bigger turbos. It'll get a standalone dry sump. You know, we don't have a dry sump on the car yet. It needs a dry sump. Make it lighter. Solid rear axle. You know, just another house or two in it, and we'll be good.
Another house or
We
two.
might be running those 650s. Manual says we could run
Down.
and actually hit it with 62 pounds.
Are you planning on going with Holly or Fuel Tech?
If I do anything, it would probably be a Motec.
Motec.
Yeah.
He got money.
Damn.
It would be a Motec just because the lunge tune it. We have some local support as well from Motec. You know,
Chris Delgado, shout out to Chris Delgado.
Shout out
for
to Chris
stressing my boy
Delgado,
out with the
Pro
Trans
Jack,
Am
Pro
for 15
Speed.
years.
yeah. Hey, it worked. It works out now. If you know that it worked when it needed to work. We're good.
I have messages saying "fuck Chris Delgado." I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
They don't want cars in the 8s, bro. They're worried about the 6s. So- but yeah, I mean the car, the damage wasn't so terrible. You know, the body shop's almost done with it. You know, they cut out that rear quarter, they cut out the back, and fixed it new. And you know, I could have probably bought another roller for another 10 bands on what I
But the
spent to fix
GoFundMe
it.
didn't hit that hard.
The GoFundMe didn't hit, and I didn't sell these pictures to the media companies to
Oh
give me any
my
money.
God.
So, you know, we fixed it, but I wanted to fix it because that's the first car I bought brand new. You know, now I've bought, you know, a couple other ones after that, but that's my first car that I bought brand new. It already has suspension, it already has a cage. You know, I've crashed that car twice now badly. The other couple of little incidents here and there, the car's done its job. It's kept me safe.
I thought you bought that car used.
I bought that car brand new.
It was
8
brand
miles.
new?
Brand new, 8
Off
miles.
the lot.
2017. Planet Ford, right here, off of 45.
I didn't know. I thought
Yeah.
you bought it used with the Paxton.
No, I bought it brand new, and we put the Paxton, and I let Sorian try to tune it with the 6R80 and, you know, whatever.
How many miles does it have now?
How many miles does the car have now? I think like 6,000. So, I mean, I used to daily it for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then once it kind of got into project mode, it never really got out. So right now it gets, I would say a quarter mile each time, but sometimes we don't make it that far. So we just kind of just,
Yeah.
you know, burnout box and whatever happens after.
If you could go back and like rebuild the car again and know what you know now, what would you do different?
I don't think I would do anything different. I think we were ahead that, you know, we needed to learn. And people have taken what we've learned and what we've shown. And now it's easy where they can call Manuel, they
It
could call
runs
Russell, they
away.
can call me and spend, you know, 50 grand including the car and run 8s all day long or even high 7s. You know, I think it was
Don't
necessary.
call me because I don't build shit. But
Yeah,
call him.
but I mean, it's just, you know, at that point, you know, this is what they do. And it was
it's
necessary.
easy, dude. Nowadays, a little kid
Cut it out,
in his
Johnny.
Yeah.
garage can go and build an 8-second Mustang.
They can go on Facebook
Yeah.
and hit up, see one of the build lists,
Yeah.
add to cart, add to cart, add to cart.
Yeah, literally, you
Affirm, Snap Finance, Acima, West Group, whoever else, finance it all, and then they're running 8s in 3 weeks.
Yeah. And if you have a question, ask somebody that's done it. They'll answer it. And they'll say that you
And
did it.
people will ask, and you know, I'm sure Manuel gets asked a lot. I get asked a lot, and people, you know, I share a lot of the stuff that we do, but not everything. Like I'm not gonna ask Manuel, hey, what are your exact shock settings?
Yeah.
What is your, how much boost do you leave at? What RPM? Like there's some stuff that people won't share just because it's like, dude, we had to learn. You can figure it out. Like you'll get there. It's not difficult.
Part of the game, yeah.
It's part of the game. But you know, we'll help you out a little bit. But I'm not gonna tell you, well, how much exact boost, or can you send me your AMS tune-up so I can cut the same 60 foot as you, or tell me what, you know, exactly you have.
Yeah.
So it's different, but now it's a lot easier. You know, just like with the trucks, whenever we were running 8s in the trucks, we got there late And I'll never forget that one of the nut huggers from Oz Racing said, "You guys are late to the party."
It wasn't a nut hugger. It was OZ.
It was Oz himself, Ken.
Yeah, but he's cool now.
He's been cool, but
But then he said, "Welcome." He said, "Welcome to the party," or "Welcome," but y'all are late to the party. That's whenever I posted up the red truck.
Yep.
And I think the record then was 980. The first time that we went out, it was a 940.
Yep.
I was like, boy, the party just started.
That's right, 100%. And I mean, there's screenshots. There's shit like that. When somebody says you can't do it, it makes me want to do it more. And I'm gonna do it. He's gonna do it. And it's just the way it works, you know. And I have that mindset. Aldo has that mindset. Richard, like people know, like if somebody tells me I can't do something,
Yeah.
we're gonna do it. They tell you, oh, you can't go 6s on stock computer. Well, we did it. You know, you have cars out there with twin 82s, fuel tech, full M1. They can't even get out of the 7s. So it's like, bro, at that point I would feel like a failure. If you asked me,
Yeah.
would you feel like a failure in that situation? I would feel like a failure.
Yeah.
But that's not me, so I don't feel
yeah.
like a failure.
Yeah.
So the fact that we were able to do it with less out of a muffler shop, what else? Like, how mad can I be?
Yeah.
You know?
Is the Lund car, is that on stock ECU
Yeah,
as
it's
well?
on stock computer.
Fuck.
Yeah, they're on stock computer too. Stock computer and 6R80 transmission. So I mean, it's doable. Yeah, yes, their setup is a little different than what most people would run. Most people would be like, you know what? I'm not going to spend this much money on it. I'm not going to do all this. I'm gonna just buy a TH400 for less than 25K and go do that.
Yeah.
And they do it, right? But most people aren't in the mid 6s. For them, it's the same thing like with me. For them, it's R&D. They want to know what all it takes, how far can they push it, and you know, just go from there. It just grows their base.
Any advice to those that are like, that have a Mustang, want to go fucking 7s or 6s?
Yeah, make some more money. You know, no, the advice is, you know, buy the big brands and talk to the people actually doing it. A lot of the mistakes that people make is they'll ask a general question on a Facebook group that's full of people with bolt-ons. You want to go fast? Talk to somebody who builds them. Talk to Manuel if he'll answer his phone for you. Talk to me. Talk to Aldo. No, I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying you get asked questions all day long. What turbos? What fuel
done
system?
with the questions.
Okay,
my
we'll
boy.
see. We'll see. He charges people
He's
now.
charging now,
I'm
right?
telling you, that question shit is.
So I'm just saying,
hey,
but
quick
talk,
question.
talk to
Hey,
people who are actually
dude, that
doing
shit's
it.
annoying. Like,
Talk-
legit is annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's like people calling every day. Hey, how does a boiler sound? How does like what?
So
Bro, go fucking research.
Yeah.
yep, but ask the people who are actually doing it. Don't ask a tuner who hasn't tuned one what it takes. You know? Would you go to a pizza shop and ask them to make you a fillet? No, you wouldn't, right?
Yeah,
Talk
yeah.
to the people who are actually
No,
doing what
would
you
you
want
go
to
to
do.
a pizza shop and ask them how to make a pizza?
If they're gonna order the pizza right then and there, yes.
They ain't gonna tell you how to fucking make the pizzas.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
That was a good one.
Sorry, English second language here, you know, ESL. So I'm learning.
People just want too much now, and
Yeah.
they don't want to pay. Like, dude, we spent a lot of money, a lot of testing, a lot.
They
of
don't want to research.
bullshit.
They just want to like copy and paste shit, right?
And
I
then
used to be like that. I would share everything. I would.
Yeah.
But that shit just gets annoying. Like,
Help a brother out, right?
fuck a brother.
Oi.
Just on money making mode, right, Brian?
So this is what I want to say. I know Manuel's gonna need an episode. He needs one because
Yeah.
his story is better than mine. I'm just a muffler shop man. This guy's over here a grudge racer.
Yeah,
You know.
for sure.
I want to be there. I want to
I've
be
just
there.
Dealt with a lot of bullshit and a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of people come and go, and a lot of people that had beef with me. So I do have a lot of shit. Like,
Yeah.
most of the people, actually, 8 of the 10 people that you had on this shit,
Yeah.
I've put them on, or I know shit. Like, they said their story. They didn't tell the story right. So that's why I said I could come on here and be
Rowdy.
It could be a 4-hour, huh?
Yeah. You could be rowdy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, I'm just over all that. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, that's why I tell you, like, hey, I'll come on here one day whenever I get back out to my... Because right now I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
I'm just making money. I haven't been racing.
Yeah.
People are like, hey, where you going? Where you racing? Dude, I'm chilling right now. I'm just trying to make money.
Yep.
That's when you ask me, hey, Brian has a fucking... Dude, he literally has the fastest S550 and not the Coyote, because I got the Coyote. You don't know, though.
Oi.
No, but yeah.
Manuel
he literally
Lasala over here.
Like, the dude spends his own money, right? He pays to get it done, which is fucking retarded expensive. he's had bad luck and he just keeps on going.
Yeah.
Like, there's not that many people that do it like that. Like, dude, this fool's crashed his car 16 times and he's still back out there.
Like 14.
It
but
felt,
we'll call
yeah, like it's bad. Like, whenever you just want to let go. And I've lost a lot of customers from engine issues. Like, dude, just people get done. Like,
Yeah.
hey, part out. I think for one whole year, maybe it was 2018 or some shit, I just had people parting out. I made a fuck ton of money because you would just lowball them on all their stuff, put their cars back to stock, they sell it, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Are those the 2 or 3 people you hold?
Yeah. Straight up. Like, you got, like, right now, we have the fucking blue car that
Yeah.
that I had at the shop. The dude spent $140,000. He went and sold the car for $55,000.
Damn.
And the car was fresh. Like, I just put a motor in and everything, like fresh. But
It ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
No, this shit ain't for everybody.
And they think it's easy. It ain't easy. And anybody who's been in it for a little bit, they'll tell you.
and doing it with more than one car,
It's crazy.
a whole different game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know, like you see the comments, right? Like, oh, we want midnight on,
Yeah.
right? So you're pretty much gonna come on once you got like
One
all
day.
all the Fords ready,
Whenever-
all the Fords ready.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah. We leave it at that one day.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit, dude. Like,
Yeah.
but
I
like
want
how
I want
told
to
you-
ask manual questions too, though. So you got to invite me.
Yeah.
All right.
It has to be a whole fucking group
Yeah.
of, like, hey, you remember that time?
You gotta.
at band camp?
Yeah. We could set up like a whole group, and you gotta just tell me, hey, get this dude, bring this dude, and I just reach out and boom, set it up.
I'm telling you, there's a bunch of
Don't
shit.
bring this guy on. Nah, play.
Yeah. No, there's some shit.
Yeah.
But whenever you said Brian, yeah, I mean that he's the only one that I really like did a little interview with, and I
Yeah.
told him some of my shit. Like, there's a lot of
So we posted. I think what did
20
I
it was
what did I
like
post public? How long was
25
it?
minutes.
So I have an hour-long version, but it's a little bit raw, and there's some words in there and other stuff that we didn't go in and cut out. You know, but the
But that
show-
was like literally, I came here to do an exhaust, and this was like, hey, let's do a podcast.
No,
I said,
you came here. You came here once to do an exhaust, and then you left because they finished too quick.
Yeah.
And then another week, like the next week, he came
Yeah.
in, and I was like, "All right, they ain't doing your shit till we do this."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I got him, but that's the most viewed podcast episode that I have.
Yeah.
So that's my claim to fame. Like I got Manuel talked on there.
Yeah, yeah.
I was able to get him to sit down for.
Nah, but like what I would like to do, like how I wanted to do with the trucks, like how me and Russell do it, right? Like how we all go out of town and race.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that shit's fucking legit. Whenever it's all like Houston, and we go to Florida, we go to Oklahoma, this fool has the track car. Now he's building this one, so there's a lot of truck races. The F-150, we could have F-1. He could be invited to all the F-150 shit, like like that, like.
Yep. No, but it's true. You go to an event.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
32 trucks, right? 16 of them are from Houston.
mine.
It's like, bro, we could have raced at HMP and saved
Literally,
the
we
gas
just
money.
went to the Cletus shit. I was hoping there was be more Florida shit. It was just all us. So we had to end up racing on the gas.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah. I thought you raised the Maryland boys
When?
over there. The track
Man,
car.
those fucking track hogs, they ain't want no smoke. Those things were playing around with them fools. That dude's cool though.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
did
pretty
you,
cool.
Did you interview him or no?
Not yet. He does want to get on though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
but
cool though. Yeah.
That was a whole look. I'm telling you, from my podcast right there.
Yeah.
But
We'll save
Brian,
it,
yeah.
save it, yeah.
Whenever he gets his truck ready and his Mustang, he goes to 8th mile trim. Dude, he's gonna fuck some people up.
Yeah.
But he can't be posting times.
See, that's the thing. Once you post times, they don't let you compete for what, a year?
Yeah.
But your shit is the two-wheel drive, right? Your white one?
I sold that white one.
Oh,
So I'm
shit.
building my black one. So I took that truck would have been done.
Oh,
But I took the spare engine that I bought for it to Maryland 2 years ago, and my blue car needed it. So we swapped the engine in the pits, and that kind of delayed the whole process of getting that truck going. But that truck, it's 6R80,
Yeah.
4x4, TKM engine on my old turbos that I went sixes with. So it's not going to go sixes because it's still a heavy truck, but it should go, bottom eights everywhere. That's the goal, to get it to go low eights on the street, on the
There
track,
you go,
maybe a
sharing
high
times
seven.
already.
You know.
God damn.
But to talk about it and to actually do it,
Yeah.
we ain't been sevens with 400s, fuel techs, but
Yeah,
this
they
fool about
lying,
to
they've
go
been
run
sevens.
eights on the street. Low eights on the street. No, man.
we've been there. Man, you
God
said you went sevens earlier.
No,
Put
I
the clip right here.
didn't.
Put the clip right here.
That's bullshit.
So which one can hold the most power, the 6R80 or the 10R80? And if you could
Six.
turn your chair around.
6R80. Dude, you got a 6R80 going 650?
Yeah, yeah.
660, 670, something like that.
Yeah, the fastest 10R80 was a 760.
Yeah. And
I'm
there-
sure I can if I put a 10R80 like on my Fox body that weighs 3,500 pounds.
That weighs nothing. Yeah.
Right?
2,500 pounds.
Pretty sure I can go close to sixes.
At least once or
If
twice.
sixes, yes.
On the Fox.
On the Fox, yeah.
On 1080.
Yeah.
But a car that weighs mid 3,000s, 3,500, 3,600, it's difficult.
My car weighs 3,500.
Yeah, yeah,
I
of
just
course.
said it.
62 pounds of boost, 3,500 pounds, right? Like mine.
There you go.
So
He's talking about his car.
the stars have to align for it. But right now, the 10R80, it's still new. And
It's not even that. It's just the clutches. Dude.
Yeah,
There's
they're
just
clutches.
there's not people out there that test like how we test. Like they're not burning up the same shit.
Yeah,
The-
yeah,
the
yeah.
They
problem
can
is
say
the
all
people-
this,
the people
but
making
we
the
got some
parts
shit
aren't
coming-
doing what
we
they're-
got some shit coming for the 10R80s.
Yeah.
though. I'm testing something out next week that's
Yeah.
should change the game.
The problem
Like
is
what?
the people making the
can't
parts
tell you.
aren't the ones
Okay.
racing it. You know, so they depend on feedback from Manuel, from
Yeah,
Russell,
yeah,
from
yeah.
everybody else.
Yeah.
Say, hey, what do you think we should do? It's like, I think you should buy a truck and go out there, beat the shit out of it yourself.
Yeah.
That way your engineer that you pay all this money to can look at it as soon as it happens.
Yeah.
So there's a disconnect there, and that happens a lot in the industry, you know? But it is what it is.
You're gonna enjoy that truck more than the Mustang.
I have no doubts. I just want to get there.
Yeah.
So
just like you can ask Russell, like we enjoyed the trucks more with 10R80s than the 400s.
yeah. But that's why I built it. I built the 6R80 not hating, but I knew what I was going to do to it. I knew that, okay, this is the plan. I want to be able to go this fast, and I don't want to have to service it as often. Not saying it's going to last forever.
No, shit's gonna be fun.
But it's going to be good, and it's going to be fast.
Yeah.
And it's going to have all 6 gears. You know, it's gonna
I
be
get
good.
people calling me like, "Hey, should I swap my F-150 to a Nope,
F-150 to what?
to a TH400."
Should I spend $25,000 on TH400?
Yeah, 25.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because people don't understand that there's levels to this TH400, to these power glides. Yes.
A 25,000 TH400 is a lockup TH400.
Yes.
There's no $25,000 TH400.
Yeah.
$20,000 is a normal TH400 with a converter.
Right.
And that's retail.
Yeah.
So
From
we're
the
gonna
big-
get them
from
for
the- from
18.
the big
a
brands.
$25,000 transmission, that's a lockup transmission.
Correct.
So you have to put it on there.
And that's why
to
you
where-
get so much shit.
Yeah.
Because, yes, you do have your Summit Racing and Jegs racers
Yep.
who go on there and they'll buy a $2,500, $4,000.
Brett LaSala,
You know,
he's got
do-
a $25,000 transmission.
100%.
He's got a lockup.
White Rice,
This full, how much you just spent on your 400 that you just put on the car?
13,000.
Like that. And
But no
that's-
lockup.
Yeah, and that's with no converter.
Yeah, the converter's another 2,800 to 3 grand.
So you call Mark Mickey, right? Like M&M Transmissions, and you call
Roster-
and you tell
or
him like,
Roster,
hey,
yeah.
I want a transmission for a Mustang, right? The transmission is going to be 14 G's with the converter. You add the shifters, $1,000.
Yep.
You add the drive shaft, another $1,500, and then the flywheel, and you get up to 18 G's, 19 G's.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing. It's not just the transmission.
Right.
And but that's why, you know, it's great for clickbait.
Yeah.
Not saying that you do it on purpose, but it's there and people are like, oh, my cousin's uncle's brother runs 9s with a Turbo 400 he bought from Summit for $1,500.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you're talking different levels here.
We gotta get Circle D on.
I can probably make that happen. We'll see.
The what?
Circle D.
They're doing the lockup shit now, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, they do lockups, but I think he means on the pod.
Yeah, on the pod. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did one with him.
did?
Chris, yeah. Oh, wow, you don't even watch my channel, bro.
Nah, I should-
Cancel this shit. I'm done. I'm fucking done. We
Buy
are
this
done.
buy this
Get
motherfucker
the
out.
fuck
Oh,
out of my
Buy-
shop.
buy about. He's gonna wait until I drop the price and then keep going.
Yeah, I'm just let the price drop.
Right at the price
And
drop.
I'm gonna change it from go hard to I'm hard.
To-
And
no.
then stay hard. So, but yeah, no, I mean, I'll
Hey
talk
man,
to
I
him.
appreciate you. I think it's been like 2 hours and 30 minutes and shit.
Dude, we
Anything
can
else?
talk for hours,
I
and
know,
that's
right?
a great thing. Whenever there's two people that know each other,
Yeah.
and we can just go stories. Like, dude, there's so many stories that we both know that we haven't told that you get from his perspective, you get from my perspective. People in the comments are gonna have their own perspective from shit that they've heard about, shit that we just talked about.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, he can glaze me up all he wants, but dude, he's done some crazy shit too. So you do need him on the pod,
Yeah.
and you know he's
I
been at
think
the he's been at the forefront
Yeah.
of a lot of the Coyote stuff, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
just, you know, as much of a outspoken asshole he could be online, he's
Yeah.
very, you know, humble in some aspects.
I tell you what, right now, like even off the podcast or whatever, like I think you'd be a badass co-host for real, because you had a podcast, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know how the vibes are and shit.
Right.
So.
Are you
Anything
offering
else?
me a job?
What?
Anything else? Any questions?
Shit.
Any more questions?
This is just money, baby. Because to do the shit that you see us doing, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yep. And to do it
There's
with more than
people-
one car.
A lot of money, dude.
And you can look at people, and there's people with a fast car, and that's all they have is that one fast car.
Yeah. Nah, that
The
shit's-
person that most people might be able to relate to a little bit that I give props to. Shout out to my boy Jesus, because he has 4 or 5 different cars,
Jesus.
and they're
Houston
all
Street
fast.
Monsters?
Houston Street Monsters. If you
Shout out
haven't
to
done
him.
one with him, talk
Top
to
Fuller's
him.
been through some shit,
Bro, he's been through all the horror stories that we went through. He's been through more with several cars
That-
at the same
that
time.
dude right there.
And dude, he has his
That's a
Cadillac,
shit ton.
his GTR,
Yeah.
his Lambo, his Mustang that they haven't touched in 2 or 3 years.
T1 Lambo, yeah.
Yeah, he has all
Hey,
the stuff.
who's they?
They, you,
bro.
Nah, but yeah,
Shots fired.
I mean, he has all this stuff.
Jesus is a whole different.
bro, and he's
story
a whole
to-
different level. But he's one of the most humble, cool guys that you would meet. You know, and he does it. And-
Jesus, right? Like whenever he was talking about this, was like pretty much the last thing, right? How he said that we went 8s.
Yep.
Whenever we went 899, we're trying to go faster. We put a built motor in and we need to go 7s. Nobody had been 7s with the 10R.
Yeah.
A couple had been 7s with the 6R.
In the maroon
And
car.
dude, that's a whole different ball game from 899 to 799.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He asked me, he's like, I asked him, I was like, hey, there's these carbon brakes, Lamb brakes. They're 10 Gs, right? And I was like, let's get them, fool. Like, they're going to be lighter than the Strange or whatever. He's like, fuck, 10 Gs? And he's like, do we need them? And I was like, well, how much do we hate these motherfuckers? He's like, fuck it, get them. Yeah. And we ended up going 7s.
Damn.
While the other fools were going 830s, 820s. 8-1, I think, was the fastest. We went out that night, 7s. And dude, that was like the biggest relief. Going
Damn.
7s. Because we had been chasing it for a whole fucking year.
Yeah.
One little sensor on the brakes, on the speed sensor, fucked me for a whole year on not being able to do that. But there's shit like that. Like
Yeah.
going 8s, I'm telling you, 8s wasn't
hard.
easy
Yep.
on the stock motors.
Yeah, get him on the pod.
And you'll see
Get one with
fools.
manual.
I have videos of the 3-letter dude standing right there like this,
Oh, I got that one.
looking at this fool. What were you running?
I think we were running 880s, and they hadn't even went 8s on the stock engine. Yeah. And I leave, and it's an 8-second pass, and it was quick back then. And he's there with his wife, and he's just like, his manual literally was instead of focusing on my run, he's focused on the dude that he hates, and he watches his jaw drop. And it's just like, bro, I had 10 other people filming the run, so this video. It was what I wanted to watch.
You have
Like,
the
it was
video?
perfect. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
it,
we have a video.
Send it to me so I can post it here.
bro.
Yeah.
It's
I don't even want to
hilarious.
give that fool fucking clout. He's disappeared.
He's a
Oh,
scammer.
okay.
he had some
Disappeared.
issues and he's scammed a couple people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He couldn't.
Things got
selling
hot.
kids, yeah.
You know,
But
things got hot.
he was selling turbo kits, but
turbo kits.
turbo kits.
Better
Yeah,
going
yeah,
ESL manuals from
Yeah.
Peru. So it's
yeah.
different. So
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Go Hard Podcast. Make sure you check out Mexico Racing League. You're probably already checking them out right now. But check out his merch.
That sounded pretty
follow
gay.
the S550.
the S550,
Journey.
the Shelby truck, the 650.
God damn.
The supposedly first 7-second F-150 over here. So just we got some shit in the works.
Yeah.
So thanks for having me. I appreciate you. Thank you, Manuel, for coming and hanging out
sure.
Boom.
and blessing us with your presence for 3 hours.
Right? Make sure you check out Midnight Performance. If you need a trans, hit up Midnight Performance.
My boy.
Check out the merch
Oh,
he
yeah,
just
the new
dropped.
merch.
Yeah.
The Gringo. Boom. Boom.
And
God bless.
God
We got
bless.
Randy Seals truck on.
R.I.P. Randy Seals. His motor cracked.
is that his right there too?
too?
Yeah, let me hold this up. Yeah, this fool over here putting bad juju to all those coyote people over here.
Well, it's because y'all are trying to catch up. All right, I gotta go.
Hold on.
Bro, I'm about to piss myself, bro.
All right, make sure you check out Midnight Performance again, midnightperformance.com.
Yes,
check
sir.
out Go Hard Podcast at gohardpodcast.com. Check out the merch, Big Cartel. Thank you for tuning in.
Big cartel.
Thank you for watching.
You in the
Peace.
cartel?
Check out Mexico Racing
You know they
League.
cut you off whenever you say
Yeah,
cartel.
I think I said it.
All right, let me say it again.